So you guys are looking at three men who just knocked out 3 hours of podcasting.
Yep.
We just did a whole bunch of stuff that no intro was recorded on. So let's just go ahead and introduce each other. Myself, I'm AJ the Menace.
This is Tone Groove.
J Noblez. And we are, oh shit.
Go ahead,
I'm about to say, we're LOY, the show, two of America's Most Wanted, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Three Oak, shout out to AJ for inviting us today, you know what I mean?
And we're just going to jump right into this episode, and this is the downfall of No Jumper.
Mm-hmm. It's unfortunate, like even hearing that, like the death of No Jumper, like nigga.
Yeah.
I wanted to know, like, what was your first introduction to No Jumper? I think that's important.
Yeah, let's start there. Okay.
What a beautiful question, nigga.
Right. Yo, you know what's funny? It's like
I want to know how y'all got that. Let's take it from the beginning.
that is good because it's like we're about to do a deep dive in No Jumper lore. You know what I'm saying?
Like we gotta,
we gotta give it all its respect first, right? Before because we are gonna be feasting off of Adam's bones at some point. You know what I'm saying? So it's only right that we do give it a little grace in the beginning.
I'm just here to critique. I don't know if any of these accusations are true.
No.
I just know a nigga.
I don't know about all of them, but I am gonna harshly judge the ones that I do know about.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
But you see, my introduction to Deuce, I think it was an 𝙿𝙻𝙰𝚃 interview.
Okay, that was a lot.
I think that was the first time I was ever even. I probably knew about No Jumper.
Okay.
But actually participating in consuming the content, that shit didn't happen to a little bit later
2017, 2016.
Yeah, around that time, X was doing his thing.
Yeah.
He was a SoundCloud legend. And it's this white dude. He still looked like a skinhead back then, right?
Yeah, he went bald. He was bald back then, so he looked the most like a skinhead back then.
Yeah. I was wondering
for sure
what X was doing with this racist-looking individual. He looked like a Hell's Angel.
And he was like his manager for a short period of time as well, too.
Word?
Yeah.
Fun fact, nigga, that's a Snapple shit right there.
Yeah.
I ain't know that.
That was his homie, nigga. That was
that was his homie.
Yeah, that was my introduction to the nigga, and I thought he was cool. Because around that time, I was kind of in that lane of listening to podcasts, consuming mad media shit.
Yeah.
So it was like, all right, this is another source. And, No Jumper, niggas hoop. So it was like, all right, this is cool.
Yeah.
I was disappointed when I found out this shit had nothing to do with sports.
Yeah, it had everything to do with 𝙼𝙾𝚃.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Lil Pump. Shit like that. What was your first time seeing that nigga?
Bro, I've been a fan of No Jumper since, it's been, really since this shit started. Because I was always into, the underground artists. And they just he was just so happy to be interviewing him. Like, that was his pocket. And, he was the king of that shit.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
I've never met a nigga that was like, yo, I was fucking with No Jumper since they was doing BMX bike shit.
Yeah, see, I think I can't remember what person specifically brought it in, but I missed the BMX wave as well, too. But I've been around since there was a host named @𝙼𝙾𝚂𝚃 on there. And I can't remember what interview brought it, but this is also the time I'm consuming a lot of media, so it was like Taxstone, Brilliant Idiots. Well, Brilliant Idiots and Taxstone were literally my only two podcasts I listened to for a good year or two. So this is probably
Me as well.
See, I was late on Tax.
2016.
Yeah.
If that was the right year. 2016.
And that was the year he really made his mark. Became No Jumper.
Yeah.
Got some studio lights in that motherfucker. You feel me?
Right, yeah.
What was No Jumper known for back in that time? In your opinion, when you think No Jumper, what was you going to that channel for?
It was just because I used to go to No Jumper because they actually used to interview interesting people. So I went there because he had a Cool Kids interview, a Sir Michael Rocks. He's also a member of the Cool Kids.
Ian Connor.
I didn't care about it. I wasn't an Ian Connor person, but
who has accusations too.
Who also has a few alleged allegations.
Kanye West's DJ. I can't remember what his name was, but he owns a record label called Fool's Gold. So it's but his story was crazy. So it's he was getting these niche. It was almost like getting
FTP, every sector of what underground is.
Yeah, and not only underground, he was also getting Kanye West is the A-list, but his manager or his DJ, he would get the manager or the DJ to interview.
Yeah.
Which sometimes is a little bit more interesting.
It's always more interesting.
Give it up more.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So he would be getting these next to really famous people interviews and then covering completely the underground. So
like the bitch that sucked off the Phoenix Suns. Like he's not getting the
and
NBA
that-
player. He's
and-
getting their groupies.
exactly, yeah, and even
Yeah.
that was later. Even
Which
that
is
was
better.
way later. Yeah,
Because them hoes be articulate.
Yeah,
Right, right,
That's how they
right.
got them.
Yeah, what was her name? Damn, what was her name?
You
Selena
know.
Powell was over there with her though.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Shout out them legendary whores.
Yeah,
I'm
literally.
like if I'm an NBA player, like nigga, nah, you getting head by that.
Hey, nigga, you just got out of shoot around. Selena Powell got her legs open.
I'm knocking that down. I ain't gonna hold
Knocking that shit down. Not knowing what I know
and
about it.
I definitely know and I'd still do it, and I know exactly what I know about it now. I'd still do it just because I know I'm not gonna do nothing that's about to have me played. You can expose me all you want to. I'm going up probably. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking no L's in this situation. Like
It's,
I'm not about to you're not
yeah.
gonna be able to like leak text messages of me like, oh please come back. You know, it's nothing crazy that's gonna happen. I'm gonna do what I do, and then I'm gonna keep it pushing.
Yeah, now she had too many dicks in her mouth for me personally. I couldn't do it.
That's the problem.
That's a problem.
Oh, I was just talking about her face. That's a good thing.
That's
though.
also a problem. I'm not that
The
attracted
face
to
ain't
her.
that crazy. The face ain't that crazy.
The face ain't that
Yeah, the
crazy.
face ain't crazy.
There's
But-
nothing crazy about it except the mentality.
But usually,
Yeah.
but that's like you want a girl who's had multiple dicks in her mouth to suck your dick. You know what I mean?
Sufficient amount of dicks. There's diminishing returns. There's such thing as too many dicks.
Maybe, bro.
We were still
There's
in the
a
fir-
quota.
I think we still might be in the first 5 minutes, so we got to chill on D.
Oh,
Yeah.
How many times you said
In the
that?
first 5 minutes, I think we good though.
How many times you said that? But
We're like at 12, but we started late, so yeah.
we're talking about some goddamn concubines. We need to be we need to be focused on this Adam16. God damn it!
We got sidetracked on a mildly attractive looking woman.
It's- look,
maybe we start talking about some
And basketball, nigga.
Let's get back to what's important. Let's get back to what's important.
But we
we did go over how we got introduced. Right?
very early and shit.
Yeah.
But this is what made No Jumper what it was at the time.
Yeah.
It was the
It's
craziest
these type
shit.
of things that was going on.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
almost like the soft white underbelly of rap or just like popular
Yeah.
culture, rap culture,
Rap,
hip hop culture. Yeah,
young
yeah.
nigga culture. SoundCloud
For sure.
wave, all
For
that shit. It
sure.
was the soft white underbelly of that. It was
Yeah.
the gutter. That's where you was collecting all these different characters.
And he was a good interview.
Niggas
Like,
it was a
was,
lot
yeah.
of viral moments. Niggas was introducing us to these different individuals, like Crip Mac,
different
Boom.
characters.
Boom
Gang
passing
having
out on
his whole
there.
pass out
Yeah.
thing. Adam getting robbed on live stream.
Robbed on live, nigga.
That was crazy. Housephone was around since then too. So yeah,
What does No Jumper mean to you niggas today though? Like, what's the contrast? Like, that's what it was. What has it
what it
evolved
was.
into?
I just look at it as a business now. And I do use it as a business to model after in some forms, not all forms, but just overall. One of the reasons, so when I first started this podcast, I started because I was watching Brilliant Idiots and I was in Taxstone. But mind you, they're signed to the Loudspeaker Network. So when I would look at their videos,
Shout out Chris Morrow.
yeah, shout out Chris Monroe. So when I would see they setups for their podcast, they were in studios, real studios. But when I found Adam22's, and you could see the mixer that he had on the table, his laptop, and then he mentioned once or twice, he was like, "Yeah, I just have an iPhone on a tripod." I said, "Oh, I'm starting a podcast." I didn't know it was that little, so I didn't know it required that little.
This nigga was your first, like, he gave you your first spark of inspiration.
Yeah,
He Dame
he's-
Dashed you, like when Dame Dash was talking
Essentially,
to Steven, what's his name?
Adam22 pretty much helped me realize that I could start a podcast for less than $400, essentially.
That nigga was telling that nigga, it's like, you want to act? You have a studio.
Yeah,
Look the dead in the eye.
Yeah, yeah,
See, nigga.
yeah, for real, literally. So it was one of those.
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Shout out Damon Dash.
Shout out Dame Dash.
If we gonna go off on a little tangent about some whore, we can talk about Dame for just a second.
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Nigga is immaculate. He's one of my role models.
Okay.
I aspire to be like Damon. He's not perfect.
The Damon now.
He's not perfect.
Okay.
There's things in business that he might not consider himself as honorable.
Right,
You
right,
feel what
right,
I'm saying?
right.
Some things that he could have handled a little slicker. He could have let him a little bit more like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Less Damon. But
Yeah,
this
for
nigga,
sure,
like, bro,
yeah.
he made having a job feel like something that I was allergic to. Like, nigga, you have a boss? You calling another man daddy?
Bro, yeah, when I first heard that shit, I was
That shit hit you, right?
I was like, wow. just put it in perspective. Because I've always felt like that. And then that was around the time we first started doing,
First started
podcast. We started getting a couple coins from Anchor. You know what I mean? I probably
the easiest way to make a podcast.
Probably shouldn't have even said that because we don't use that now.
Hell yeah.
I don't think.
Oh yeah, those might be the ops now.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck Anchor.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's all distributor.
Apologies.
Right.
But what was you?
And I mean, we could talk about this as we already brought up Dame. What happened between him and Adam? Because there was a point in time where it was looking like they was really about to collab on a couple.
Yeah, well, there was a
things.
moment when they did that, but pretty much, Adam was pretty much like it's hard. He's hard to work with, and it's the same things that you hear about Dame Dash from more than one source. You know what I mean?
Niggas loud and obnoxious.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's just hard to work with this nigga at the end of the day. So it's typical
hard?
thing. Bruh, I don't know, but I mean, Adam's not the first, and he's for sure not the first person that has said that. Like,
and
people of Rock Nation essentially disband because of the nature of working with Dame Dash. Like
one man.
So it's
who
like,
scheduled this?
They cut Jay-Z a whole different check because of that.
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. So it's like
man, just because they were trying to get away from Dame.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he ever went into details, but it was just like, when somebody says something like that about Dame Dash, you're like, all right,
yeah,
I get it.
It's like, the nigga be loud.
I've heard that before. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But they said Adam is hard to work with too. That's what they were saying.
And that's what I think. And that's the interesting thing about No Jumper is No Jumper, even since I've been a fan or a supporter, they go through waves and generations. And all their waves and generations last roughly 2 to 3 years. Some people call it like the Joe Budden effect. Once things start going good, Joe Budden seems to be the one that ruins all the good things that he has going.
Self-sabotage. Joe Budden's a walking kamikaze.
Yeah, exactly. So people have been comparing Adam, his eras of No Jumper to some, Joe Budden-ish. So when I first started watching, it was the Adam, 𝙲𝙾𝚂𝚃, Housephone era. Then it was Adam, Housephone, Cam Girl era. Then there was the one that we have now, which is the one that just ended now, but it's the Adam, AD, 𝙼𝙾𝚃, Lush, Housephone, Almighty Suspect. It's the crew.
Star-studded cast.
Essentially, and it's like
roster full of
every generation, I can say every generation, the roster and the team has gotten better. You know what I'm saying?
Who's your favorite No Jumper pundit? All time.
All time. Probably Housephone. Probably Housephone.
Shout out Housephone.
He's been around the longest. I would give it to 𝙼𝙾𝚃. Because 𝙼𝙾𝚃, I mean, he's only been around for a year and a half.
What's that one nigga who got it? Yeah, I'm sorry. What was that one nigga who got his own shit? One Generation. He does his like own
One Generation.
He does
white
his,
dude.
It's a black dude.
What do you look like?
Let me show you him.
Hakeem.
Was he technically a part?
He was. Hakeem never really made his presence known.
But
I knew Hakeem though.
Yeah.
Period.
But
you know what I'm saying?
now everybody knows
Hakeem's
him.
going in though.
Shout out Hakeem.
He's going.
Hakeem is going in.
He just interviewed 𝚑𝚃. Shout out Hakeem. I like his
Hakeem
work.
is out here in these streets. So
Hakeem out here dream
yeah,
shaking.
and he started. I remember when he came because he worked next door at the clothing store, but during work kept coming over to the office. So then he quit they fired him from the store, and then he just started hanging out at the store every day. They fired him at the clothing store and then started hanging out at No Jumper.
Nigga lorded his way into a job.
He wasn't even there on no job level at all. He was just there to be hanging out and on stream every day.
That's the type of shit that only happens in LA, you know?
Yeah.
The fucking fairy
Let me just
tale
hang around this factory.
Wonderland, some white dude with tattoos.
I thought about that for Menace material, like having a studio. I've always wanted a brick and mortar location, but just like you know, Nip has the Marathon store. You know what I mean? Like a brick and mortar location.
And it's a studio in the back.
And it's a studio in the back. So it's like I've thought about that. Like a Menace material storefront would have merchandise and be selling things associated with the brand. And then in the back, will we have a studio? Would it be lit? You know what I'm saying? Could that something like that work?
That would be amazing.
In Raleigh, if it was in like City Square, City Market or something like that. Like, then you could create the culture where people hang out.
It's all about creating the culture.
It's about creating that culture, yeah.
It's all about creating that culture, which No Jumper did.
They for sure.
He did it. He did
his thing. In terms of business, we saw his ups and downs in business. and he's risen above them. All his trials and tribulations, pretty much every time, and he's collected he's gotten a lot of money from it too. You know what
he's
I'm
a millionaire. He
fucks his girlfriend on film with other bitches.
You see, I was trying to say I didn't want to.
I feel like that's a whole nother thing to talk about.
That's just a different aspect of life.
I feel like when we start talking about his,
a different frequency.
I feel like when we start talking about him mentally, what he might be like psychology wise, we can dip into Lena too.
Because like, I mean, part of it is probably controlling too.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't let his girl fucking niggas.
Yeah, but then you also got your girl. Your girl might not be able to. But then when you also have a girl saying she would like to have other dudes hit it too, like which one would you rather?
She's a porn star. Like you don't think she wants to fuck other dudes?
Yeah, that's true. It's a difference. Everybody knows that, right?
Yeah.
But do you want your girl out here talking about it all the time? But you're also married a porn star too.
Yeah.
I'm comparing that to like a regular chick.
It's like
you
can't marry a porn star, like and want to do porn and like I don't know.
But did he turn her out?
No, she turned herself out.
She was a hoe way before.
I thought that she
that's what I heard.
Doing porn with him. I thought she never fucked another dude.
Legal porn.
Legal, yeah. She had the private Snapchat going crazy.
Oh, well, bitch got a premium. That don't really,
Yeah, but she was the first.
It's amateur shit.
He was the first.
Lena the plug.
Yeah, she was the first.
She was the first that really got it popping.
Yeah, like the only reason we know about bitches who had a premium Snap back then is because she did it first.
Bro, she was really doing that shit.
She was part of those first 10 girls that did it.
Damn, shout out that
crazy.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Soldier Boy of hoeing.
Literally, online hoeing. Snapchat
the
hoeing.
digital age.
Yeah,
it's a different way of distributing that pussy.
And it takes a different type of man to look at a hoe like that and put a ring on it. It does. So Adam has to be crazy. Like he has to be insane.
Exactly.
You feel me? Like it's just
you say that until you see the pay stubs from that porn shit.
Yes, but
then it's like this marriage is a genius investment.
But it's deeper than that's. Still insane. But it even go deeper on that. He has a kid with her. So on top of that, it's like he has a kid with her. He's only doing it for the money.
Do you think that they filmed the conception of her?
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Well,
like
it probably happened by accident. Like they didn't film it for that.
You know what I'm saying? They might have.
Yeah.
But I know they recorded while she was pregnant though.
Like there's probably
I know they made content while she was with child.
I wonder what that does.
That fucking answers our
what does that do for the baby?
Deliberating about.
Yeah, right.
Like imagine there's a timestamp on Google of where like you would.
This is the session that you got conceived at.
Right here. This is where I nutted.
Well, we can talk about that. We can touch on that now with the whole Adam and Lena thing because this goes into like, do y'all think about first of all, could y'all marry and have children with a porn star and be public and just fully out here? Could y'all do that?
Honestly, right now, I'm not wifing no hoe. You feel me? But like that doesn't mean when I'm 30, I get a new understanding, something happens. It's like, all right, bitch.
You're leaving the possibility open.
You feel me?
Right.
Because it's like I understand the game. It's like the game is about progression.
Right.
But
about the evolution.
But right now,
elevation takes separation.
Yeah.
But right now. And what we mean by like hoe, and we're talking about porn stars right now. We're talking
if it was the Lena the plug, like her career, like
Oh
exactly to a T, because she's not fucking other dudes, and that is an interesting caveat.
But
it completely changes the recipe.
But I think the thing with Lena, and another thing I read that she fucked Housephone before she met Adam, which
I've heard that as well.
Sure did. And a lot of people speculate that might be one of the things that he's always that little animosity.
That's always gonna loom.
That's always
every dig that he did, towards Housephone is about
exactly. Yeah, I always had a little thing against you because
you just imagine
you can act like you cool with it all you want, but I hate when somebody acts like they're okay with something, but then something happens and they just like
it comes back.
Yeah, it just comes back. You see all their cards. It's like you got to stop saying you about this life and you can handle this, because there was a moment Lena did an interview with the new guy that they hired, Flacco. Did y'all see that?
Shout out Flacco, I guess.
Poetic Flacco. Yeah, that was before they came over to this new big studio.
Yeah.
It's an interesting name for a nigga with a lisp.
Yeah, Poetic Flacco.
He's an interesting.
He's not very
He's very interesting. Very interesting.
I fuck with him though.
Yeah. I don't. I'm like.
I fuck with
interesting is in like a.
In like a car crash is interesting type of way?
In like
would I slow down to watch it? I'd slow down, but I wouldn't stop. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You wouldn't call the police.
Like if you saw a circus on the side of the road.
Literally,
that's
yeah.
different.
You know what I mean?
That's different. That's a circus. They getting paid to entertain you.
It's like, what the fuck?
He getting paid to entertain us.
That
It's
is
like,
true.
this is ridiculous. It's cool. I mean, I
But
don't know how to
was,
feel.
What was the point we was on? We was about
Pretty
to get
much,
on something.
he interviewed Poetic Flacco interviewed Lena.
Yeah.
And was asking about her like hoe days like every girl has, especially if they went to a 4-year college, right? But you can see it's Adam's over there on the interview. Man, that shit eating that nigga alive.
Bro, because
boy.
you want to know, because you have to be a different level of individual to be okay with that. Like you
Yes,
do.
you do. Yeah.
Especially if she messed around with like, you know, your friend.
With some
'Cause
comrades.
then you just,
Yes.
you thinking about like, wow, like I fuck her like this. He's told me how he fucked this one bitch. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right. You
Nigga,
start putting them things together.
This
tear
nigga,
your head up.
ugh,
This nigga put a
this nigga don't
then,
wash
you
his
know,
hands.
And then
it's like you just start
and then
thinking about
Adam,
shit.
You know, he a white boy, and he got that thing that a lot of white dudes have, where they're just like, black dudes. You know what I'm
know-
saying? They got that.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah, I like that.
He got that as well too. So,
He's
it's
got
like,
jungle fever.
It might be a little bit of that, you know,
yeah.
the white man's plight of
Man, it must
Yeah.
be hard
Yeah.
to be a cisgendered Caucasian man.
nigga. It is, nigga. There's so many things to think about.
Shout out to all the white dudes listening to this shit.
And
Y'all
Lena,
the new niggas.
Lena is a avid black lover, black male
yeah.
lover.
Yeah.
She has history.
You know what I'm saying? But
And she's a super feminist.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
I don't care how cool she seems like a cool girl.
She seemed cool.
She seemed cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
But
I mean,
to,
you gotta be a cool bitch to fuck on film.
but to marry
Something's wrong.
Yeah.
Something is awry.
But to marry and have offspring.
to look
Niggas ain't
and-
to procreate.
and you got to think about it, bro, dead ass. And you got to think about it. She been hoeing for so long
So
that
she knows.
you like he's probably heard a nigga tell him about fucking her before he was ever even knew
Possibly,
who she
yeah,
was.
true,
So it's
true.
like you know about all her bodies.
And it's
Bro.
another thing too that I'm not opposed to doing it, but I wouldn't do it with a public one. Like if I would marry a retired upper echelon escort. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't care. But you ain't about to be like walking around and be like, oh, what do you do for work? Oh, I'm a retired escort. You're not gonna be saying that. You're gonna say something like you worked at a dentist office or some goofy shit.
And we're also, I feel like we're missing a big point. Like, there is another aspect of hoeing where it's like the bitches are good women. Like, they know how to
for sure.
take care of you.
Yes,
So it's like,
yes.
it's certain amenities that, you know, Adam, like,
is privy to. Yeah. Or yeah.
he probably, like,
He gets his dick professionally glazed.
he got butterflies when he first met her.
Yeah, true.
He probably took a blue chew. Rhino peck.
Yeah.
So it's not
He's got to impress a professional.
And really, the whole point of bringing that up was just like Adam's insecurity, clearly with his past or whatever. He fronts like it's okay, not his past, his girl's past, but he fronts like it's okay. But every time he's questioned about it publicly, man, we see it eating you up, bro. It's tearing you up inside. Like when it comes up, you don't even know how to act, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you're just throwing off your balance every time.
It must be a weird position to be in. To be like, on one hand, you very successful, but you got all this inner bullshit that you dealing with.
Right.
Like, your bitch is a whore. You fucking, like, it's just so much shit going on. Niggas always
He has a
talking
lot
about
of
him.
moving
He's got a
parts.
lot of allegations.
Yeah.
And it's probably crazy because he probably really loved her in the beginning until she started, like, not being a hoe. You know what I mean?
She's technically still a hoe.
Yeah,
I don't
legally.
know, though.
She's legally still hoeing.
Is her heart in it? I haven't really seen a picture of her, and I gotta
She's
look.
enjoying
I gotta look
No,
her in
no,
the
no.
eyes.
She's enjoying herself.
There
I gotta
is a
look in the
difference
eyes.
between like she's a hoe having fun and she's a professional hoe. Professional hoes aren't as fun as a hoe having fun. Like
I need to meet. I need to
fun.
meet a professional hoe.
One bitch's career is another bitch's job.
yeah.
It's really that simple. It's about perspective. Some bitches is hoeing with all their heart. Some
Yeah.
bitches is hoeing because they heartless.
Yeah, it's all about perspective, really.
I want to talk about that house phone situation.
Yeah, we can get into that first. So we'll just start breaking down the downfall of No Jumper as we see it now.
We all over the place, but we
are.
talking about no
Yeah.
Well, we targeted, but
Fuck it.
plus we nickel and dime in this episode.
We're actually on a good path.
We're on a
actually-
good path though.
It's a
yeah.
nice trajectory. You
Yeah.
started
Yeah.
off hot with that beautiful question.
He did.
Yeah.
He kicked it off. No, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You know what's crazy? This nigga he probably did no preparation, but he just came in with
Tony loved to think niggas don't do preparation.
But
Niggas
look,
don't write every day.
I knew y'all
fucking
was
genius.
professionals. I wasn't worried about it. You know what I'm saying?
I really think I'm really good at this shit.
I was
but that's a
trying.
whole nother conversation.
That's a
That's a whole nother conversation.
So yeah, let's start with the Adam and Housephone. You want to line it up? Just give people what happened.
You know, essentially, Adam's in a position to where he's got to worry about what's good for the business and how to keep his friendships intact while doing this. Because regardless of like, oh, I fucked your bitch first on some Ray J shit, there is some type of companionship going on there.
Right.
I don't know how close they are because, you know, it's never what it seems to be.
Right.
But they seem to be cool.
They actually seem to.
They seem to have a genuine friendship. Like when Housephone was hurt, he was hurt like his brother hurt him. He wasn't hurt like, yo, my boss did some snake shit.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
For sure.
I mean, Adam threw in his face that he paid for his funeral.
Yeah, essentially.
So I guess he does love him. I mean,
I'm about to say, I didn't finish breaking down the shit, though. So they're on air. Who was he interviewing? Who was the girl?
Gracie Jane.
Grace
Grace something.
She's trans, right?
Correct.
And apparently, allegedly, she claims that she slept with Housephone.
Correct.
In the past.
Correct.
Housephone obviously doesn't want this information out there, regardless if it's true or not.
Yeah.
I saw that Adam went to a few different links to ensure that, like, all right, there was some shit that happened. Let's keep it under the rug.
Right.
But like I saw in the interview, he was saying that, like, yo, one of the editors forgot to take out one of the shits.
At the time that they mentioned Housephone's name at the end. Yeah.
And it was, I don't even think it was blatant. I think if it, like, you had to kind of piece it together, like, oh, that's who they was talking about before when they bleeped it.
Yeah, okay. So the reason that I do think it's blatant, and it goes back to Adam might have something against Housephone because he did smash Lena before they were officially together, is because let's talk about the root of this, right? It started with this girl, Gracie or whatever, commenting on Adam shot content they were at some corn convention out in Nevada or whatever. So he's shooting all these little contents for Plug Talk. And then he drops the video with this chick in there. She comments and says, ask Housephone about me. So publicly, in Adam's mind, he thinks publicly she outed him in that moment. Even though I didn't see that moment, and a lot of people didn't see that moment. So then he sets up an interview with her to bring her in.
After that happens.
After this happens, which grimy, because obviously, and then he claims, yeah, clearly she just used the interview as an opportunity to out him the entire time. Like, that wasn't why I was interviewing her. But it's like, why were you interviewing her anyway? Because you had no reason to anyway.
She has no talent. She just has a dick.
No,
that's it. Yeah, that's literally it. So it's like,
in the situations like that, where it's like, Adam, you a millionaire. You built a company that millions of people fuck with and tune into. Right. You play a lot dumber than what you actually are.
He loves to play dumb.
Like in the beginning of the Richard Spencer interview, where he's like, you know, I was like, I'm gonna have Richard Spencer on and I'm gonna see where it goes. Like, nigga, so this is all just a free fall.
Yeah.
You haven't planned. It's just all checkers.
I think that's one of
There's
the
no strategy.
I think that's one of the biggest things that sums up Adam, I think, is that he loves to play dumb, but he has just like, I made a video that never came out about the Housephone and Adam situation, but I'm gonna put it out now though.
That was a video you.
That was the video.
Okay.
Catalog, nigga.
I'll link it up here. It never went out, but I'll put it out now.
Catalog content.
So
it's beautiful. Ages like wine.
I'll put it somewhere up there because we can bring it all back around. But
it will be up there.
I think Adam's life would be a lot easier if he just said, "I'm a piece of shit."
You sound like Ayala.
Yeah, I think so.
Because
it's a thing, bro. You can't continuously do things that like show a severe lack of empathy. Like we physically, and we can actually see and look. We not only do you not have any empathy in what you did, we can see there's no remorse on your face. Like you don't take accountability. There's like all these character flaws that we visually see. If you were to come out and say, hey, look, man, I'm a piece of shit. I lack empathy, blah, 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 and that's just what it is, it'd be different. See, all these people, especially within this new fallout, they keep confusing Adam's actions. They keep confusing that they're friends with him. They think that they're friends, and I feel like Adam's actions has always shown that he chooses capitalism over friendship. I feel like it's always shown that because he has no empathy. What are you doing inviting this girl who's trying to out your homeboy in your comments into your show, even if you never put it out, and even if you say you went through all these lengths to edit it and all this other stuff, you got to remember he's in a studio with employees. So you're bringing this person to get outed. Even if we don't put it out, that cameraman heard it, that cameraman heard it, and that cameraman heard it. Now it's rumors within the office. You know what I'm saying? So you're literally inviting the chaos.
Even if people did already know. Because I'm pretty sure it was something that was known. And the funny thing is, Housephone doesn't seem like the type of guy to even throw that in Adam's face like, hey, does Lena remember my fucking bed sheets?
I 100% agree. And a lot of us didn't even know or have confirmation until he completely left.
And
you know what I'm saying?
I saw a compilation video. It was like 15 times Adams was throwing jabs about Housephone being gay. I need to find. I'm gonna find that video and send it.
I know what you're
it was like
about,
a 6-minute video.
Yeah,
like he did it in so many different ways. It was
they was always throwing these jabs back, and then But they've been making a lot of those compilations now too. Because I saw another compilation where it was the one time that they were freestyling, or he was trying to joke on him, and he was like, I fucked your bitch. Housephone was like, I fucked your bitch. And he was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? He was like,
Housephone is that type.
Oh. But that was, I think it was like only one instance. It wasn't even a compilation. You know what I'm saying?
One-off.
Adam got compilations though. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like, I wonder if that could be one of them situations to where, like, say you've been casually being a nigga your whole life.
Right.
And then you finally get caught up being a nigga with the police. And it's like every time you've ever been a nigga before is on display, even out of context. I wonder if some of that shit was like, yo, friends talking shit. It's a podcast. We got to entertain these motherfuckers. And now this shit has a new light on it.
But
that might be me playing white devil's advocate.
Yeah, I don't know. But because it's certain things you don't even like touch on. Like it's been instances where we've asked each other like, are we talking about this? And like we'll either say yes or no and move on.
Right.
But with the fucking I don't know. It's a tricky situation.
Yeah,
with this,
with the Adam and Housephone thing, that was domino one pretty much. Like that was the tipping point for a lot of people.
That was the squirrel putting the acorn in the glacier.
Yes, exactly. It's 100%. So
she broke the
Housephone,
ice cap.
that whole thing, we won't go too deep into that because I do have a video that'll cover that. But long story short, Housephone ends up leaving, and not only does Housephone leave, he takes his show with him, which is it was disconnected on No Jumper, but he took that show, and the very next week, all the hosts went as well. The only host that stayed was Uri. And Uri is just like
that's it.
Russian dude.
That's that one dude. Malnourished white guy.
Yes, that's the one. And it's like
shout out that nigga. He cool. He got good spirits. I don't want niggas to think I'm talking shit.
The more I watch, because I've just been way too invested in the No Jumper universe for the last six months, embarrassingly invested, which is why these videos are coming out because
this shit is loving hip hop for podcasts.
Bro, I've consumed so much dumb content fucking with No Jumper over the last 6 months. I'm gonna make videos about this. You know what I'm saying? Like this gotta go somewhere.
It's on your heart, nigga.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta get it off your chest.
It's like watching kung fu movies. You gotta go chop something.
Yuri's a little weirdo, bro. It's like he cool, and I did kind of enjoy Yuri. I never did not like him. But bruh has no backbone. He really don't have no spine. He real childlike. But he's 30 something. He's 30. He's 29, 30.
Say, get this kid out of here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But you're too close to my age to be acting like a child like that. To me, in my opinion, you know. But he left, took his entire show. Now reconnected is his own thing. If the show is reconnecting now.
Mm-hmm.
So
my biggest thing with this whole breakup, with it being so public. And with niggas going and doing their own thing, creating their own lanes.
Right.
I want to see what are the effects. Like Rory and Mal, for instance.
Yes. We're about to watch them. We have like 4 examples right now.
You saw what happened when they was with Joe Budden.
Yep.
We see how successful they are without Joe Budden.
You think? Okay.
Which is, it's no shit.
They eating.
They're eating.
They're
for sure.
They're doing what they do.
This nigga.
Which is nothing wrong with that. We trying to get to where they at.
This nigga Rory has enough time to do music with 4K videos now. So shout out to Rory.
He's doing that shit in my algorithm.
That music video?
And
who's not his song, is it?
He was looking like...
Or was he just in the
with
video?
With 𝙬𝙃.
Yeah,
that's his song.
I'm about to say
it was his YouTube channel.
That was his YouTube channel.
I think it might have been Rory's song.
Bro, that nigga, he was in the pool like doing some
I saw
goofy
that.
shit.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw
yeah.
because I follow Ravi B or Ravy B, but the caption made me think that it was a 𝙿𝙾𝚃𝚃 song.
Yeah.
He was just the model in a 𝙿𝙾𝚃𝚃 song. That's what I
shit.
thought.
Okay.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't
Needed
know.
a ginger. But
Because if this nigga's doing music, I would shock the hell out of me.
that would be crazy.
Yeah, that would shock the fuck out of me. I would not expect that
This
at
nigga
all.
standing toe to toe with Jay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell?
Electronica, not even Z.
It's a hell of a first feature.
Yeah.
But we see how successful they are doing what they do. I wonder who's gonna be able to stand on their own too.
Well, we got
Bro,
quite a
let's
few
be real.
examples. And that's the thing with Reconnected. Well, the thing about separating from your powerhouse is you get to see who's really got it and who don't. We get to see who's been held up by the company. That's really essentially what we get to see. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's certain people that won't. Damn, where the fuck are
You think so?
It's like Draymond Green on Golden State Warriors. Like on that team, he plays a very integral role. But he can't go anywhere and do that. It's got to be a certain system and set.
So the people that I think will do okay by themselves and they will rise above or not fall off, Trell 100%, Duno, Housephone, AD.
That's it.
That's it.
Who all left?
The people that are left?
Flacco.
No, who all left?
Oh, who all left in general? AD, Trell, Duno, Housephone, Lush, Smack, Blazzy, Potlord, and I said Housephone, of course. That's it. Damn near. But out of all those people, that was the network, the No Jumper network pretty much had 3 shows. It was Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 out of the 3 shows. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 out of the 3 shows that like you were a fan of one of those shows and that's why you were there kind of thing, have completely dispersed.
Them niggas was pumping out content.
Crazy.
They was pumping out a lot of content. Does it surprise y'all who stayed? Because Flacco stayed.
It does not surprise
Sharp
me.
stayed.
Nah.
Sharp is the one I'm going in on Sharp, but we'll go ahead.
Well, we're here right now.
Yeah,
I believe in the moment.
okay. So this nigga Sharp, bruh, it doesn't surprise me that he left, and this nigga Sharp gets on my fucking nerves.
Did he left?
No, that he did not leave. He gets on my nerves, bruh. Sharp thinks he's so fucking intelligent, and it's just the nigga got online and said, "I'm happy to announce that I will not be leaving No Jumper." This nigga had the nerve to say, "The work's not done yet." What work are you doing? What are you fucking talking about, bro? Like, what? This nigga think he is like, he really thinks he's a superhero, bro. He thinks he's giving game to these bitches. You're not saying shit. Like, anybody with half a brain knows you ain't saying shit. I understand that might work on certain females and sometimes certain niggas, but real niggas, bro, we listening, you ain't saying shit, bro. Like, you're not saying anything. You trying to act like you're taking this grandstand of, I'm not a follower. I'm not going nowhere. Nigga, you're not going nowhere, possibly because you need to check. I don't know. I'm not going to confirm nor deny that because I literally don't know what your pockets are. But I just don't like that he's taking... One thing that No Jumper does, No Jumper puts the craziest batteries in some of these niggas' backs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To the point that they think they're above critique. They think they are on God level already. Like, it's like... They just think they're that nigga already, and it's like, you're cool, but you ain't that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
But do you gotta think that you that nigga?
And we gotta think.
Is that part of the game?
Thank you. Sharp is playing a different game. He's playing pimping. It's a lot of loyalty that comes with that.
Okay.
It's a completely different.
True.
It's a lot of passion.
I believe that.
And he was like, I don't know, like Sharp has always been, even his first interview with Soft White Underbelly. Like,
he's always been that guy.
He's just, some niggas are
pimping. He's like, that's...
Some niggas are characters. Some niggas have like a level. Because what you can't deny about this nigga is the charisma. Like, he's definitely,
I'm not. I wouldn't take that away from him.
And it's like, it's not always gonna be the coolest shit in the world. But it's one of them things, like, he can't not talk like that.
That's a fact.
He convinces bitches to sell their bodies.
Yeah.
Can I say bitches?
Yeah, for sure.
He convinces bitches to sell their body.
Okay, but this is my thing.
You gotta talk very slick to that hoe.
I'm gonna tell you what
Persuading him.
I'm gonna tell you what my issue is. I think everybody has their lane, and obviously sometimes you have to jump into other lanes, and then you might be good. he's trying to jump into lanes that he's not built for. And it's just like, I like the lane I like the lane that you maximize in. There's a lane that I couldn't touch with my best day. You know what I'm saying? That
Like when he's bargaining OnlyFans bitches?
essentially, you know what I'm saying? Because
Like,
I don't have the
yeah.
energy in me, bro. I don't. Like
we not
I'll
dancing on TikTok.
You know
It's
what I'm
not
saying?
feel
There's
me?
certain shit.
That's
and
not our way of marketing ourselves.
Exactly.
But that is somebody else's way.
That's your lane, and I
Yeah.
would never not respect you in that lane. Once you start talking like you're in this person's lane, like you're really that nigga, cut it the fuck out.
Are you-
That's when I'm just like, hell no.
Are you speaking specifically about his feud with DJ Akademiks?
Partly, but then even outside, not only outside of
Like I
that,
said it.
I like how you did that. But not only outside of that,
That particular
but,
beef right
but
there.
we've seen him with Wack 100. All that shit. Wack 100 is a whole other story.
I
though.
don't.
But
okay.
that shit was corny too.
That
It's like-
shit hurt
but
my feelings as
that-
a Sharp fan.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one hurt because it's just like
damn.
I'm watching two niggas that I enjoy the entertainment, but it's like I can't deal with this shit. This is the stupidest shit I've ever seen.
I told you that shit on a car ride to somewhere where they put cameras in front of us.
yeah.
I was like, I don't like the way that he handled himself in that
It's
situation.
just they both look. They
He
went.
kind of tucked his tail a little bit.
Yeah, and they both went out bad. I mean, I feel like Wack 100 is like perfect. He's the best at going out bad. In
He's immune
situations.
to it.
He's immune to it almost. So it's like
He never
It's
got
like
the.
it's not even happening.
He's
Yeah.
he never got the vaccine, meaning he never said sorry. So
Yeah.
he's just immune. He's just
he can just keep swimming.
Yeah,
so just
yeah.
watching these two niggas go at it, I was like,
That
I was
shit.
disappointed that they was doing that shit. Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm watching y'all two niggas crash out on each other. Sharp takes the L, kinda, but apparently he says they squabbled. He said
That they
that.
squabbled.
He said they got down. They squabbled.
I
They-
don't believe
they
it.
threw them hands.
I don't believe it.
And then he
did
said-
Wack can say anything because Wack
Of
lies
course,
about
Wack.
things.
Of course, because Wack lies about everything. But of course, he didn't say nothing. Sharp does what Sharp does. Ask him. He's got the video. You know, so we ain't never gonna see this shit.
Sharp do that like a motherfucker. He loves
Yeah.
dishing it out. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
like
it's on him.
You
now.
gonna tell us some? Oh shit, y'all fought?
Academics owe me money.
Ask him though.
Yeah,
Ask him.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
like that's the shit. It's like okay, fuck you, but
I
whatever.
don't,
You know.
I don't understand why
don't know.
anybody even begins to try to have a conversation with Wack on Clubhouse. This shit
Right.
is not set up for you to succeed. The nigga's in
I
there.
feel like that was Sharp though.
He's the biggest mic. He's got a group of, he's like Scar from Lion King. He's got
Yeah,
a group
literally.
of little hyenas.
That's a fact.
That's just gonna fucking fiend and growl at you and shit. Like, you are not winning. You're not coming out of there.
I think I can make it out that bitch.
'cause
If
you
I
a
was
fool.
debating that nigga about anything, nigga, I don't give
Bro,
a
he's
fuck.
just gonna
I don't
out
think
loud
so. No,
you.
no,
He's
he's
gonna
gonna-
out
You don't
loud
think
He's
so?
gonna out loud you. He's gonna
And
out loud you.
if you
It
start
doesn't
getting-
matter.
I need to watch
Intellectually, I'm sure you could get him. I'm
Which
not
is
even
the
worried
problem.
about that.
That's what the problem
But
is.
that's the problem is once he
Because-
knows you got the best of him, he literally won't stop yelling.
on
Literally.
pipe
You're
root.
gonna get him
Yeah, he won't stop
intellectually.
yelling to where you just
Nigga.
like, I'm not about to be yelling with this 50-year-old nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You say some smart shit to him, he's gonna bring up fighting.
Yeah.
Every
Yes,
time.
yes,
It's just,
bro,
all right, we
yeah.
gotta fight now.
Yeah,
Nigga, you hurt
yeah.
my brain.
same
Gave
with
me a
Sharp.
brain freeze.
They're in the same lane essentially now that we're talking about it, which is why I didn't like seeing them go at each other. I'm like, y'all need to be busy with other niggas. So it's like, intellectually, you can body Sharp within 35 seconds. You know what I'm saying? It just does not take much. He sounds smart to a dumb nigga to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when he's interviewing a chick, I can understand what he's asking, but he'll ask it like, so when you woke up, like, why did you do your face? It'd be like, you could have got your answer. Still,
Did you use deodorant this morning?
yeah,
You see-
still kept it pimping and got what you need.
But I feel for Sharp because it's like when you in that lifestyle for years.
Yeah,
How can
'cause he
you
is
how
a
can you
veteran.
talk to a hoe that he was talking to,
Right.
and like keep a straight face? Like he's probably
True.
he's probably like the Hulk, Bruce Banner,
just fighting it for the real Sharp to not come
Yeah,
out.
like-
Imagine
Yeah.
your first time playing basketball, you had to guard LeBron James.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This nigga's first interview was on No Jumper.
yeah.
Like his first time, from what we know, publicly conducting an
No,
interview.
Oh yeah,
was on
him
No
conducting an
Jumper.
interview.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. True.
So it's
true.
like, of course, you know, he gonna lose his temper with these bitches. He's you still yelling at whores on the blade.
But I'm okay with that. That's his style.
That's
his
must
lane.
see TV,
That's his lane. But some of these bitches ain't stupid, so it's like
which makes it better.
and they be washing him, and all that does is the Wack 100 effect. He turns up, starts yelling, and
Maybe
it's
stupid.
It's like when you say some
They be
shit.
stupid.
It's like when you say
Some of them do. Some of them definitely be stupid.
Yeah,
It'd be like, it honestly be like 50-50 because.
Wait, I'm sorry. Smart. I asked the wrong question. Some of them be smart.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I said some of them be stupid. Like the fuck.
So, yeah.
majority of the bitches.
Nigga, what?
I would say it's almost like 50-50. Some of them like
50-50?
I would say 50 smart, 50 dumb. Yeah,
Oh my nigga, that's a
50%. Yeah,
wide margin, nigga.
it's a pretty big margin. I feel
50%.
because think about it, bro. It's like, and that's also what gets on my nerves. And I
Holy
don't know
shit.
if y'all have any insight or just like heard other like people talk about this. You know, like the ism has there's an evolution of that too. There's the online game now, right? So I kind of get irritated when a old school pimp literally does not acknowledge that there might be a new form of it now. You know what I'm saying?
You know
that kind of irritates me because I'm like, you can't even have half the questions or conversations that you could have because it's not like he's never bringing chicks in off the blade. He never does. Yeah. It's always OnlyFans chicks. So it's like I need you to understand a little bit more about OnlyFans, so you can at least hold 10 more minutes of a conversation before you start
But
barking
you
on the
see,
bitch.
I do feel that though.
Yeah.
Because it's, I mean, like, hoeing, there is levels to hoeing.
Right.
Like really being out there on a sidewalk, that's some real hoeing. Like,
Exactly.
that takes a lot of like.
That's a specific person.
Like baby wiping your pussy before sessions.
Like,
Yes.
so in
Or
a pimp's
bash.
head, like, bitch, you on your bed?
Right. You're in front of a camera
What?
and a ring light?
Huh?
And you also,
Nobody's touching
What?
you?
You also gotta understand that like all the representation for the new age of digital pimping that he's talked to
Thank you.
has been the worst possible
Okay,
example.
that is a good point.
Like,
Don't leave me hanging. Don't
Please,
leave me hanging.
please.
Oh, shit, my fault.
Yeah,
I was just about
I
to
thought the
say
mic was
that.
full.
Yeah, that's what you more
good.
It's
for.
been the worst possible example. Like they gave that nigga
that's a good
Kelpie.
point. That's a
They
good
gave
point.
him that one light skinned nigga. What was his
Bro,
name? Big Church or
it's-
something.
it's-
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga. It's like it's been goofy.
Like,
Like,
they
how
did-
could you respect it?
Thank you. They did it on purpose for
That's true.
content.
True.
You feel me?
True.
And
See, Bill Russell can't talk shit to Steph Curry about shooting threes because he's actually nice doing this shit. He's
Yeah.
not a nigga like Russell Westbrook where it's like, nigga, why you keep stepping back and making this shit harder
Yeah.
than what it has to be?
Yeah.
it's like you got to have credentials to say what you
You
want to
gotta
say.
be like, if you gonna do it the
Yeah.
new way, you gotta do it well.
So,
Because otherwise, you just leaving the door open for niggas to come through and talk shit.
and that's why I kind of feel for Sharp when he be getting mad at these,
Because
hoes.
Right.
Because it is different.
Yeah. It completely. Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
You
And it's
feel
just
me?
like, and I get that too, but I just wish, he was more versed so that he can.
But he be off the Henny though.
He do
That's
be,
the Henny
yeah.
talking.
He
But
smokes
whose
cool
fault is that?
cigarettes. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
It's the pimp's
That
fault.
is crazy.
That's a good question.
Well, I don't smoke any cigarettes, so now I'm thinking about it like,
I
what's
smoke
like,
ci- I
what's
smoke
the
cigarettes.
hierarchy? Are you on the
They're-
bougie end?
Yeah, I'm on the bougie end.
Okay.
I've-
For sure.
I've-
yeah.
yeah.
Marlboros or something?
Marlboro 27. Yeah, I'm on the bougie end. Marlboro, we don't do Newports because it's
Newports.
actually a
Yep.
chemical combination.
Yeah.
That is not tobacco.
You fuck with Camel?
No, I don't. But I do like that black people are starting to transition more towards Camel Crushes than
Yeah.
Newports. Because
You talking about the
Newport,
black and blue pack?
yes,
Yeah.
because
Still right at the
Newports,
gas station.
that's just
Yeah.
not a real. That's not tobacco. That is
Yeah.
something that a white man made in a laboratory.
It's GMO.
It's the worst one because if you smoke any menthol cigarette, any brand at all that's not Newport, menthol is mint. That's what it tastes like. That's what it smells like. Mint, right? Newport is the only thing that does not smell or taste like mint, but it's the biggest menthol cigarette. Why does everybody else collectively agree that mint is the flavor of what menthol is?
White people are always trying to find a way to kill us because they market that fucking
sure,
brand to
for
us the
sure,
most. That's
yeah.
all my aunties and fucking Newports.
Yeah, Newport. Yeah, for sure.
Newport
Yeah,
100.
and it's literally
Yeah.
the worst cigarette chemically on the market.
And is that the one Sharp smoke or he smoked
No,
cigars?
see, Sharp smokes. I used to smoke Newports when I was younger. Hence, in my 20s on the
Ignorance.
blade. I was ignorant to the ways,
Yeah, yeah.
But now that I've gotten a little money, I'm auntie I'm auntie uncle age.
Yeah.
We're gonna move to these cools. See, cools is 40 plus. I drive a Cadillac.
It's a gentleman's cigarette.
It's a gentleman's cigarette. My bills are paid. I got a nice little 401k.
Regal.
So
Yeah.
when do you smoke a cigar? Like when do you see that in your lifetime? Like
Cigar.
That's when you're on the NBA team.
I tried cigars. The thing about cigars that kind of messed me up is you can't inhale them. And I'm so used to like if I smoke a joint, I'm inhaling it.
He's
Smoke
like,
a
oh,
cigarette,
shit.
I'm inhaling it.
you're not with the fun shit. You trying
Yeah,
to get,
I don't think
yeah.
smoke tastes good, but at the same time, I've never had no $100 cigar either. You know what I'm saying? I never had no $50 cigar. I've had like a $10 cigar, but I ain't never had, you know, that shit gets expensive. So
You see,
I might have one at the, you know, at that level, and nigga pour me a glass of whiskey and give me a $150 cigar. I might have a whole different opinion.
I was about
to
to
where
say.
I don't even want to inhale it. It does taste good all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah.
what's the point in inhaling it, nigga? It looks fine just blowing it out, nigga.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's one of those things. That's
about smoking.
right. So yeah, that's one of those things that I just think I'm too poor to understand yet.
But that does connect to Sharp because his voice is raspy than a motherfucker.
He sounds like
Disney character villain for sure.
He's 8 backwoods.
Yeah.
But overall,
I don't.
this nigga Adam22. What did I say earlier?
No. We weren't even on that. We were on.
We was on Sharp.
We were on pretty much who do you think is going to survive after the storm of the dispense. That's how we got on Sharp.
To answer that question,
I think Sharp will be okay, even though I just went in on him.
Yeah.
I think the same. I concur.
Yeah. Okay.
AD is a fan favorite.
He is a fan favorite.
He's a fan favorite,
but
for sure.
talent-wise, I think AD will be okay afterwards because he is a fan favorite. I don't think skill-wise. I think skill-wise, AD does need to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah, it depends on what he does, though. Because AD works perfectly in a community situation.
Exactly.
When there's multiple mics.
For sure.
And when he's the one, like, moderating, he works perfect in that position.
Yeah.
He's good when he's comfortable, but that's, like...
He's better in a group.
You know what I mean? Like,
which isn't the worst thing in the world. He just got to, work around it, know your strengths and your weaknesses, and maybe you can get better at just the one-on-one. Because just talking to yourself on stream is underrated.
Oh my God!
How difficult that could be. Like, it takes talent. You got to have a certain skill level to just talk to nothing and still be entertaining.
Shout out to Bill Burr.
Free Tax Stone. Those first couple episodes, he was talking to his damn self. He was talking to himself and the one person in the studio. And they weren't even responding because they didn't have a mic. But that nigga was going for an hour and a half strong.
He just bouncing off the walls.
But yeah, I think AD will be all right. AD has community. And apparently that Adam even kind of spoke on, and that was one of the things that they said that he figured would drive a wedge between AD's relationship and No Jumper, is the fact that his community channel did start growing. And AD was... Not only was AD the first person in Adam's realization of, other talents can work on this channel. Yeah. Because he had tried that before, but AD was the first person that worked. So not only was that, but he also started his own thing that started growing. He was the first to start, I can't even say that. I can say that because Yuri always streamed, but Yuri was never consistent on camera.
I give a fuck about Yuri, nigga.
I didn't know he did that.
Fuck about
Yuri always streamed, but yeah, he wasn't on. It's AD was the first,
and AD, he brought a couple of his homeboys. Like, it's just sad. Shit was going so good. They was bringing on like they homeboys like from their blog or whatever, like wherever they from.
I think the thing with AD was. I think somebody that we have to talk about is Pun in the situation. And Pun is AD's manager. And I think that Pun conducted himself majority of AD's time at No Jumper completely unprofessionally. And I think Pun is one of the largest reasons why any tension was ever between Adam and AD.
It doesn't make it better. Like, you remember that whole thing when that dude was saying how AD is a worker? Like, nigga, you are an employee.
Akademiks said that.
Was it Akademiks?
Was it Akademiks? It was a couple
Akademiks had a moment where he said it, yeah.
He was probably like reacting.
I know who you're talking about. You're talking about the nigga who makes the report card.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
I feel like that, because I remember like even a week after that happened, it was still clips of the AD still talking about it. So he was a little...
That hurt him. Yeah, that hurt him.
What's the word? Befuzzled?
I think his name is Dejour. Some shit like that. Something like that, but...
So,
he's sharp.
Like him, the whole ownership thing and that being just thrown in his face like that. And then Adam being a hard person to talk to, like I could just tell, like
he doesn't seem to be the most like empathetic individual. Like
non-empathetic.
He doesn't seem he's filled with compassion.
I don't think he has any. I genuinely don't believe that Adam has any empathy. Because I don't like. There's a lot of people like, and I'll even say for myself, I'm not the best at displaying my emotions. I don't really cry. I cry every couple of years unless I'm tripping off the shrooms, and I'm definitely for sure crying.
Some would say that's bad though.
Some would say that's
You know
bad.
what I mean?
But I'm still at the point to where like I can see when somebody's clearly hurt and clearly affected. Like I'm not that disconnected. Even though I might not do it, I wouldn't do certain things because I can see other people uncomfortable or emotionally in a wreck, and I would. Adam doesn't seem like he doesn't seem like he sees it at all.
Yeah.
Like zero social cues. You
Like
know
a
what I'm
lack
saying?
of emotional intelligence.
Yeah, zero. Damn near zero. Like I'm willing to give him zero emotional intelligence. Because he just don't even realize when he be saying the wrong, like he don't even see it happening, you know? So yeah.
It's crazy. Like like you remember when Joe Budden and Rory and Mal, they was going through like, nigga,
Right.
I don't owe you no respect.
Yeah.
I see how that's kind of fucked up with Joe Budden and Mal. Cause you know they was like
Them
living
niggas
together.
was home.
They was like
Yeah.
close.
Those were like they
Fighting
were
together,
amigos.
living,
Those
fighting,
is damn near
living together.
codependents.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
But with Adam and
AD is not.
AD, like, does Adam owe these niggas any type of?
Well, that's the thing. AD apparently brought a lot of safety and
Like-
gave that. Well, AD brought a lot of safety and credibility. Well, I take that back. AD brought the street credibility to No Jumper.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
No Jumper wasn't good. A lot of people stopped going because they didn't like Adam. A lot of people stopped going but they started considering it again and going because AD was there.
Because AD.
Because AD
It
was
like,
there.
oh, this nigga AD here,
AD
he
was
cool.
really a glue. AD was the social glue for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Adam has zero social skills, so I bring AD,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, yeah, he knows he's working with me, and this is our thing. But I'm here for AD. Let's not get it fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here for you type of energy.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
But I've never was Pun. Like I've never
So
watched
Pun is
any of
AD's
his
manager.
I've never
Pun
seen
is-
him on camera at No Jumper.
No, not at No Jumper. He's only been on camera at No Jumper one time, but he has his own show called Ace Boys World or some shit like that.
And that nigga just an asshole on his own show.
Yeah, he's just an asshole, bro. And it's like,
Wait, but what type though?
I'm gonna tell you what type of
Like a
asshole.
lovable asshole.
Like a funny motherfucker.
Nah, he's not that. I'm gonna tell you why I think he's
Jeans
not.
type nigga.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't think he's good for business. and
not
why
stacking right.
I think he kind of caused a wedge. Your manager or your client, and they have a close brother-like relationship, even though he's his manager.
Yeah.
But your client has an opportunity at No Jumper, a platform, and then not only that, he's doing well. He's starting to do really well. But it doesn't help after his 1 year of acceptance in this fan base and community, branching off into your own community. Now you're constantly getting on stream and talking shit about the owner, Adam. Even if I feel any type of way about anything, if you're my nigga and you're doing business with somebody and they're cutting you checks, I'm not gonna speak ill of the person cutting you the check.
Do white people do
Especially-
this? My bad to cut you off. I just cut you
you're
off.
fine.
Fuck
You're
off.
fine. You're fine.
But do white people do this?
In terms of like talking shit openly about
Like this seems like why do niggas do this?
this is a nigga thing.
Why do niggas do?
I don't know.
Why do
I think-
niggas do business?
So what is a white show that we could even use as an example? We don't know because we don't watch them.
But I'm talking
what I'm
about
saying?
all companies. Like I've never seen fucking I don't know.
Barstool Sports had a big ass scandal, I think, at one point. But I don't know the intricate details of it either, though. So I asked.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's probably happening. We're just not aware of it because it doesn't pertain to.
Well, this is
Niggas
another
always
thing.
talking on business though. Like that's
talking on
that's-
business is
on
different.
Business is completely different.
That's completely different. I get what you're saying.
Joe
And
Budden.
no.
What business specifically are y'all niggas referring to?
Talking about all business.
I'm talking
all
about
business. I can say all. Business.
I'm just talking about niggas just talking about business.
white business owners versus black business owners. Do they air each other like people that they're doing business with, or like?
And of course,
You know,
like
shit
let's
like
be
that.
of course it happens. Like we just don't follow old white people.
True,
you know what I'm
true,
saying?
true. It could be happening every
But
day.
let's be honest, they're not on live stream in their crib. This nigga Robert, fuck him.
Yeah,
like,
bro. Yeah, that's always different. Like talking shit to my homies. Everybody knows at the country club I talk shit at you or wherever the fuck
You
we
know what I'm
frequent.
saying?
But it's different from just opening up the phone, going live, smoking a blunt, talking about this nigga ain't shit.
Because
you know,
when shit was cool, shit was cool.
Right, exactly. And I don't like that. It's like, bro, we both collectively could hate this nigga. I'm getting money here right now. I shouldn't have to worry about my homeboy barking his complaints about my business partner that I'm currently in business with.
Yeah.
I just don't have time for that, bro. Like, even if we think the exact same, I don't mess with him because he's 𝙼𝙾𝚃𝚃. He's hating on us. He's jealous of us. I could think all the same things. That's not my business to speak on it while I'm in business. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And you know, I'm just imagining
Locker room talk.
You feel me?
Right.
And I'm imagining Pun thinking like, oh, he's gonna try to create a separation between me and AD. He's gonna try to wiggle our way and woo-woo.
those conspiracy theories have
You
been
know.
jumping through the roof ever since Pun's been more vocal in the last year.
Yeah.
On Reddit, like
He's
people-
Dame Dashing. He's
It's
freaking out.
essentially-
It's like he smells
100%.
something going on, nigga.
100%.
You feel me?
100%. And I would say he's been Dame Dashing for the last year. And
He been doing it that long?
yeah, oh yes, bro. Maybe even a year and a half. Maybe a year and a half. And
God
AD,
damn.
And AD's been there for
Nigga.
3 years. So we're talking about half the time he's been there.
He turned it for what?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, God damn, bro. Like,
Uh-huh.
but I just don't like that shit, bro. But a lot of people in the Reddit, they say that Pun is jealous of him. And mind you, I don't want to downplay Pun's career, and I don't know Pun's career, but apparently Pun has been involved in the music industry for a long time. He's one of the people that he has platinum plaques because he's been an artist and a manager and connected local artists or artists on the rise to large deals and things of that nature.
A&R.
A&R, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but apparently he has a extensive career even outside of what we've seen him now in this streaming world and this no jumper world. So I'm not trying to shit on his business, but at the same time, I kind of am because I'm like, it kind of makes it worse because if you got all this respect and history, clearly doing good business, if it sounds like you've been successful for a while, why are you doing this while your client is working?
He hasn't read the 48 Laws of Power.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure somewhere
He
in that, or the Art of War by Sun Tzu is somewhere. He just has to read the book.
Right.
Because
I don't know what law it is, but I think it's conceal your intentions.
you know what I'm saying? It's something like that, right?
Yeah, for
like
sure.
even if you do hate the nigga, it's like
conceal your
What the
intentions.
fuck, bro?
it's
You know
like
what I'm saying? Yeah.
and it's like he's white. Fuck it. Everybody hates a white man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's all shit on the white man together.
Yeah.
He
You know
has
what
a
I'm saying?
really hateable face.
He does. I mean,
Adam
yeah.
got one in the face like, fuck that guy.
And
He really
then-
does, yeah.
If we don't know that like all these rumors they probably known about. So Pun probably is just, you know.
Yeah, and that's another thing still
Yeah.
too. But at the same time, you had
don't
no
know.
problem like helping him with his business. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? You know what
when
I mean?
shit was cool.
When shit was cool.
Shit was cool.
Yeah, when it was cool, it was cool. Maybe that'll be the name of this episode.
But everybody's starting to jump ship and shit. Like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, we're only at AD right now. So Housephone was incident 1. That was the beginning of the domino.
Yeah.
AD was number 2, and the reason that AD was leaving, so all these things that we've talked about, they've always felt like Adam has felt some type of way about them, things of that nature. But then Adam interviewed Richard Spence. AD vocalized
Just to
his-
see how it goes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
See what happens. You never
Right.
know.
So yeah, AD
It would be
like
interesting.
vocalized his like, I'm not fucking with that energy, and things pretty much quickly fell out right after that.
How big of a role do you think Akademiks played in any of this? Because Akademiks has kind of just been patiently sniping away
For sure.
from afar.
He's been nipping.
He's like, that shit's over there happening. Let me get some of this going on.
That's
Let
a
me talk
fact.
some shit. Because it's a weird situation to where he talked mad shit about all of them. Kind of.
Oh, for sure. Oh,
Some
no,
of
no,
them,
for
some
sure.
of them more than others, for sure.
for sure, yeah, I
But
get
he
what
kind
you're
of just dismissed the whole roster. Like, nigga, you're not Adam, so you're not on my level, so I can talk down on you.
I think if we were to put a percentage on it, I think I'd give him.
If you was a betting man, like, what's your
give-
parlay?
That's the way you would
I'm giving
disrespect
him-
the
I'm
nigga.
giving
though.
him 17%.
I was about to like
Over under.
I'm
Maybe like-
I'm between 15 and 20. That's
about like
where I'm at.
25. Like
Yeah,
it's
I'm
you-
at 50 to
25, that's a 10% increase. You feel a little bit more certain about
but it's still 75 more percent
It's
left to
75
fucking
Right,
like it's a lot because Akademiks he pulls numbers. Like I watch videos about Akademiks, about
not even his
Akademics,
content.
You're right.
reactions of Akademics
Yeah,
that have like
yeah. The nigga's good at what he does.
that has
You know?
36,000 views.
Right,
And
right.
those are react or you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Shout
I
out
get-
Big Ek. But them niggas came like they needed a new mother to breastfeed with. Like
What you
Lush
mean?
was on there.
Oh my God.
Lush was on there.
That was embarrassing.
And he called him sir. He was like,
Wait, what happened?
Lush.
Okay,
You know
so-
Lush from No Jumper, right?
I know Lush, but
Wait,
He went on-
but
go
real
ahead, break it
quick.
down,
This
break
is
it down, break it
after
down.
once AD took at the end of the day, and everybody pretty much evaporate. Like we all are checking out of No Jumper. They all end up on the call with Big Ak. Go ahead.
This nigga Lush just proceeds to kiss the ring for real.
Yeah, for like
Pinky
30
finger
minutes.
up.
he calls him sire.
He called him sir.
Yes.
And I think he sunned him in some manner. He was like, hold on, nigga, I'm talking. Like the big dog's talking.
He did.
He's like, okay, I'm sorry, sir.
Was
Where's your
it-
dick? Let me hold it for
They
you.
was in a room.
No, on Discord.
A virtual room.
On Ak was live, and then
he was in a room.
right, no, yeah.
Oh, he was looking at his eyes?
I'm confused.
Ak was live, and they were all on Discord. And this is after the day that everybody announced that they were leaving.
Lush
Lush-
called Sir Act Sir.
Act sir.
Bro,
I confused. I do what?
bro.
Hey, Akademiks.
You can't even wrap your mind around.
It's like Sir.
yeah, you can't even wrap your mind.
Was it like?
Is Lush older than that nigga?
And was it like?
Hell yeah.
Like, hey, sir. Like you
he was
know.
like,
it
no,
was-
sorry, sir.
He was like, "Hey, Big Act Sir, like
Big Act
no,
sir. Yeah, like, you know, I know
seriously,
this is your
like,
dick that I gotta suck, but you know. it's gonna
Yeah,
get sucked.
bro, they were sucking so much dick on
They
that
was
live
slobbing
stream,
down,
bro.
nigga.
That shit was disgusting.
I was, oh
bro.
my God.
Bro, that's how much
Hot
power
Lord-
AK got.
That
Bro,
is true.
I
That
might
is
have
true.
to change my percentage. I might go up to 33, nigga. Fuck
Might
it.
win an update that parlay, nigga.
Yeah.
You it's money on the table, nigga.
Up to
Can't
80,
get it.
nigga. Fuck it.
See, the only reason I don't want to go past 20 is because
Realistically, it's
I see so many other instances where Adam himself caused it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So the only percentage that I can even give Akademiks is you just know that somebody's talking. Like if y'all was having problems, but every week you knew we were gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna disrespect or pry too much, but you know I'm covering it. It just adds that extra element of
There's
And
like
then-
there's an elephant in the room.
Yeah.
man. It's like he didn't cause the fire, but he's blowing on the embers.
Yeah.
He's
Got a
lightly
little fan
blowing
on that shit.
because he also has respect for Adam, so he never jumped off the roof. He never jumped off the porch in any of these moments before the fall off, and even in the complete fall off, he still never jumped off the porch, but he let them jump off the porch on his stream.
He didn't go as insane as he did on Rory and Maul.
No,
because
not
that was
nearly.
personal.
Not even a fraction.
That was very
That was
personal.
personal.
Not even a fraction.
But he still was Big Ak. Shout out to that nigga.
Shout out to Big Act.
Shout out to
Yeah,
that nigga.
shout out to Big Ak,
I ain't gonna
yeah.
kiss your ring, but I give you flowers though, nigga.
Shout out to
Right.
Big Act. Nigga, I was watching nigga Shout War in Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Whole
Yeah.
little thing.
So yeah, I think I'm doing no more than 25. I'm no more than 20.
I ain't like that shit at all though. Like it made the whole I'm leaving look a lot less gangster.
Talking about how everybody left.
You just go, no, like it's not even that everybody left. Everybody left. That's
Okay.
cool. You can go out, blaze the bridge, fuck everybody. But to go suck on the next tit
Yeah, that was
immediately.
But see, and then Lush is completely. So we can talk about Lush next. Will Lush be okay after the breakup? Because we're kind of done with Pun and AD.
Lush is an interesting individual.
I
This
think
is a
Lush
case
is going to do
study.
terrible. I don't think he'll do good at all.
I'm gonna go with no because I'm trying to recollect what he looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He looked like Uncle Fester.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
over for him.
Nah.
He
I don't
look
think-
like the last squeeze of some toothpaste.
It's over for him.
I'm gonna go. I think Flacco is gonna.
Who's still there though?
I fuck
like-
with Flacco. I just don't understand. It might be a little ego on my behalf. Let me have a little moment of self-awareness.
Yeah.
But like, how is this nigga on No Jumper? Like, I know he does a lot of crazy like blog work, and in
Tony,
terms of
I
like
understand.
research and journalism and reporting, like getting the facts of a story out in blog posts, written
Right.
format, he on it. Like, yo, this nigga slapped this bitch Tuesday. Let me
Right,
put
right.
this on.
Oh, he's
Like
a journalist.
No. 30 minutes ago. He
30
already
minutes
knows.
ago.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
just on it. But when it comes to being an on-air media personality,
Tony.
I listen to this nigga. This is another thing that we have to get on. We eventually gonna segue to the diddling allegations
Right,
on
right.
22's part.
Yeah.
But when Perv Busters was
Went up
on
there.
whatever he was doing with Flacco, that piece of content,
Yeah.
what was my point? Oh, he started talking spicy about Adam. Flacco cut the stream.
Oh, yeah.
And then proceeded to say nothing to the nigga. Like he was
Well,
like,
Flacco's a
you
house
know,
nigga.
he was like, you feel me? It's like, I can't really, do that because you feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You understand what I'm?
But Flacco's a house nigga. That's why he did that though.
Flacco.
Any nigga that don't wear socks to work.
But to answer your question, nigga, if you're in LA, like we said, if you're in LA just walking around, you can do whatever you want.
Menace 𝙼𝚃𝚃 might have to find a brick and mortar situation down in Cali, nigga.
Yeah.
Right.
Letting anybody have podcast.
Kerry
Yeah, that's a
Washington
fact.
walked up in that bitch.
That's a fact. Yeah.
I fuck with Flacco at the same time too, though. It's something about when this nigga, when he is making a point and he's spitting that shit out, he's entertaining, and that's what it's about at the end of the day.
I think he's
Yeah.
subpar. I think
I agree with
part
that.
of his appeal is the fact that he's lame and that he's semi-bad and that he stutters and that
they all have somebody to dunk on.
it's not like he's funny, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%. I think
No.
I see his asset
Nigga.
off camera more than on camera.
Which is what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think on camera for sure subpar. I'm with you 100%. But I think off camera, like based off the way it sounds like this nigga's finding out about hood stories in less than 30 minutes of them happening.
Somebody
and
has
that
to
is
be, yeah.
and that is powerful to have a part of your brand. Like if we had somebody right now that was on our Instagram fucking once an hour with some shit that just cracked off, yeah, we'd be winning for real. You know
And
what I'm
that
saying?
shit might be more valuable than being able to talk shit. Because look
For
at where
sure,
we
for
at,
sure.
look at where this nigga at.
No, for sure.
He's
And
on
on,
no
to-
jumper.
and on top of that, bruh, you can't. One of the things that I have learned about like studying these companies, Vlad, No Jumper, and Akademiks, is that there is still the article and there's still that side of the company. We're just talking about it on camera.
Yes.
But
No-
when the website is live, if you have somebody in there watching articles, having that article to refer to and that website for people to click to is powerful still.
So shout out to all them niggas who do that.
Yeah,
Because
shout out
if
to the people
y'all was-
still making
yeah.
blogging, the people, all the writers on Complex that we only see on the Complex website, Hip Hop DX, you know, all these hip hop Hot 97, you know, they're still writing, you know, one-page articles
Doing
and dropping
pieces.
them. Yeah.
The media game is a beautiful ecosystem because
Yeah.
we wouldn't even be able to do what we doing if it wasn't for them niggas.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
gotta get the
They are-
research.
they're the
we gotta
balance.
see the article.
Yeah.
And even have an opinion on it.
They're the foundation. Yeah, for sure.
Shit is connected.
So
Yeah,
shout out
it's-
to Flacco, even though you know you might not be the most talented when it comes to talking this shit. When it comes to research and knowing who got shot, when and where, how and why,
Yeah.
nigga, that's
you
on
know
you.
It. You know it. And we
Yeah.
appreciate that.
It's not even about talent. It's not even about talking shit. Like Nardward is cool, but he don't talk shit. He
Nardwuar has
that
a
fucking
niche.
presence.
He has a niche. He has a signature style of communication, and he's got that right hook where he's just gonna come at you with some shit
Yeah.
you
Well,
forgot about.
Yeah, and on top of that, bro, Poetic Flacco is bad because I mean, even somebody as well researched as him, you would think he'd be able to have a decent conversation.
Yeah,
but when
like-
you can't have a decent conversation either, it's like, God damn, bro, like
Because I would assume that writing translates to being able to speak.
it damn sure don't. No,
You would assume so.
You would
No.
assume so. Especially
Yeah,
if I did
nah.
all the research, you
Yeah.
think we could actually go back and forth. He'll get
Nigga,
caught on one
oh my
point and literally ask same question, different variations,
Mm-hmm.
30 minutes, or he can't open his mind up to hear what you said, to reply to what you said. You
that's
know?
it's just he's just bad.
He's bad. That's really what it comes
He's
down to.
bad.
But on that keyboard and research,
He's cool.
we're giving him a 10 out of 10.
He's cool, and he's probably a cool person in person.
I don't know about that.
But
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he's
He
cool.
seemed decent.
I
lot of-
don't know if he doesn't seem like the type of, you remember when the whole thing was happening where niggas didn't even know where he was from? He's a pathological liar. I can't fuck with the nigga. If you can't even tell me where you went,
It's probably why he stayed with
Yo,
Adam.
Stuttering, I just thought about this shit. Stuttering is the best mechanism for telling a lie. Because if you do that shit all the time, you just got mad time to think of some slick shit to say. It's like,
But even when people stutter,
that's
even
my
when,
stepsister's friend.
You see, that's how 𝙿𝙾𝚃𝚃 tells his jokes. He'll
yeah.
well, you know,
I don't know,
ah,
man. It's like,
and he's just figuring that shit out.
yeah, true. Those are his,
He comes with something.
yeah, those are his like built-in mechanisms. But the thing about stuttering though, because I stutter, so it's not that bad though. obviously,
Yeah, but
'cause
so you're not
gotta
on Flacco,
you know what I'm
though.
saying? But the thing about stuttering, and same with Flacco and anybody who stutters, when they do lie, the stutter is so bad.
The stutter gets bad.
It's terrible.
The stutter gets bad.
It's terrible because I've heard Flacco several times where he's with his friends on stream, he's comfortable. The nigga's barely stuttering. I'm not
Niggas
stuttering
are
now because I'm
Oxford-
comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
He be talking like he could do public speaking classes at
It's
Oxford.
almost, yeah,
Yeah.
but as soon as the pressure is applied, that's when the shit gets crazy. And that's with
Yeah.
anybody. So
But that's when you find out like who is good at this shit. You feel me?
yeah.
Like if you're only
Stage
good when you're
niggas.
comfortable,
That's true. That's
good.
true. That's
Like,
true.
nigga,
Because I've been nervous and I'm still gonna deliver. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nigga.
Oh, yeah.
and even if it's going down in flames, nigga, I'm gonna help you burn this bitch down with me. Then.
Nigga.
And then once I help you burn it down, now I'm real comfortable. Now you riding this wave now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My best moments be when I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
just lands perfectly.
Nigga,
It's like a
literally.
Richard Spencer interview. I just, see how it goes.
But the thing,
goes.
so one of my just to end with Flacco, one of my biggest things that I can't really fuck with Flacco with is just this is a personal thing, but a realization I've had with Africans versus African Americans in the last couple of years. It's a
Yeah.
real different thing.
Yeah.
And I don't like that an African from Liberia specializes in profiting off of African America hood trauma.
How you feel about Ack? Because he's not African American.
He's Jamaican.
technically
it's
either,
another
right?
it's another thing too.
He's another import.
That's another thing too. It's funny. Ack is older and Ack has learned, but if we talk about Warren Chirac, yeah, that was him doing that. And only a black person that's not only a black person that's not African American, but like anybody that's not African American can look at other black people like in that way. You
Nah,
know what I'm saying?
You see, I almost agreed with you until I thought about Lauren.
Yeah.
Which is like, if Lauren is speaking on nigga issues, I don't even bat an eye.
That's true. Me neither.
Yeah.
Me neither. Me too.
Like,
yeah.
I'm not like, nigga, you Jamaican. You don't even know.
No,
for
that's
real.
true. That's true. But I never got that from him. But he's Jamaican too.
Shout out Lauren.
But Africans, I've had a much higher percentage of Africans where they don't give a fuck. You're an African American. You ain't shit to me. You know what I'm saying?
They say how white people treat us. I was like, I don't wanna
Yeah,
know
they
that.
be
Yeah.
they move like that. I don't like that shit.
So I
Like,
want a bank loan, nigga.
Yeah. I haven't had experiences where like Jamaicans, because honestly, something I didn't even realize, I hang out with just niggas from the islands a lot of the times. Shane is from St. Thomas.
Okay.
Lauren's Jamaican.
Where St. Thomas.
St. Thomas, it's U.S. territory,
Jeff-
but it is in the Caribbean island.
Is Jeff
Jeff
Islander
is
or is his
not.
wife an Islander?
Wife is islander.
Close
yeah.
enough.
In which at that
Close
point
enough.
you're an islander. I met Shane through his brother. You know, they're both from St. Thomas or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I be kicking it with a lot of Caribbean niggas or
So
like.
you part Islander, nigga?
Yeah, not me. I'm
Hey.
straight up. I'm straight
Nigga done.
African American. Like
Yeah.
on my mom's side, we visited the fucking plantation our family came from that side.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He knows his roots.
yeah, African American for real. You
It's
know
a
what I'm
hell of a history.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it's like I know what the plantation last name was type shit. But it's Africans that I've noticed in the last couple of years, and even when I've dealt with them, there's two things that I've noticed about Africans. They look down on African Americans and they're shiesty fucking businessmen.
You see,
And women. or
that's
whatever.
just that is the stereotype.
Yeah.
And they probably do. But
I'm generalizing.
You're
like a
generalizing.
motherfucker.
'Cause
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like how you
Of
saying
course.
that about them, they over there in Africa hot as shit. Talking about like, oh, all them niggas just wear
for sure,
Timberlands
for
and rob
sure.
banks.
I would just say that I feel like I see that a majority of the time.
and a lot we're American.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
First world, baby.
yeah,
Like that's the thing, like we're American.
yeah.
So like even with the DJ Akademiks, like him talking about, hood shit,
yeah,
I'll give him I won't fault him on him being Jamaican, because it's like it's crime.
true.
Like, because what's that white dude? He be talking about crime and shit.
The one that he don't show his face though.
1070 Jake,
1090 Jake.
1090 Jake.
Yeah.
He's a white dude.
With y'all and y'all rocking with me.
Shout out Tyler, that nigga.
1090 Jake, I'm rocking with y'all. Yeah, that's his shit.
That's
Go
his
ahead.
intro?
That's his intro. Yo, it's 1090 Jake, and I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me.
What was that used for
Believe it.
in the pen? Because that came from there, nigga. That no question.
Yeah.
But he's a white dude
But
talking about
like-
crime,
True.
and that's like
White dudes commit crime.
because he's committed crime.
He's a criminal.
He's in the world of
He's
the
from that
criminal
world.
underworld.
Yeah.
So
what
that's
he knows.
that's where I'll kind of like fall DJ.
It's like being Jalen
Is that
Rose.
he's not a,
Talking, profiting off of a world that you're not a part of.
like
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I
How
get
do you
that.
feel about Adam22 doing that with black things
With gang culture in LA.
and gang culture? Because like I think about a nigga like Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew, he speaks on a lot of different black issues. And I don't ever really am like, yo, you shouldn't be talking about this because you a white dude. I'm not one of those.
He does it correctly.
And he
don't
has
even-
the mental.
He does do it correctly, but I don't like the fact that that's a thing.
You don't?
Yeah, like you do it correctly.
Okay, I
'Cause
can
it makes
see- Nah.
it sound like it's not genuine.
Because his heart, where he's coming from.
He doesn't hate niggas.
He doesn't hate niggas,
Right.
and He's a comic.
Problem is niggas who hate niggas. People who hate niggas who speak on those issues just because it's like, all right, we get
people who secretly hate niggas.
Like, there's people who are just simply talking about No Jumper because they was hating from afar.
True.
Now with some shit that they can really pile on top of.
Oh, now it's easy.
Right.
Yeah.
And to be fair, the best time to kick a man is when they're down. I'm here for the views, too.
Can't defend
Let's not get it fucked up. But at the same time, we have all levels of appreciation for No Jumper over here. So
everything we're talking about is online.
Yeah, right.
It's already been said.
But
somebody got to sell this crack.
What was you talking about? Damn. What was that last thing?
What was the last thing I said?
Yeah.
I don't know. I hope it was profound.
I
hope it retained this retention.
Made a point about DJ Akademiks not being from the
Adam22 talking
you're talking about
black
and then how Schultz never
Schultz,
bothers you?
Yeah.
I think it's because you don't like how he does it correctly, like that, kind of like, and I kind of understand
like
that.
even that being a thing.
Yeah, even that.
That's a thing.
The fact is a thing, and I get
concept.
that.
Yeah.
But you know why that's a thing? I think it's a thing is because even if we can feel that shit, like when a white person says something about black people, when a black person says something about a white person, you can feel whether this is race induced or not, like
Or confusion.
or confusion or genuine confusion.
Yeah.
Like, but we can feel that, but we can also feel when it's like, hold the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're saying that like you got something else on your heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's really something else on your chest you're trying to get off, but you're really just saying that. I think that's what that's how Destiny is. Y'all know Destiny?
Destiny,
Blue-haired,
yes, I know Destiny.
leftist. So
I watched the streams.
Destiny just today put a video out. We getting all these clicks out here. We ain't playing no games. Destiny just put
all keywords.
Right, all keywords. Destiny just put a video out today. Going to your point, he's saying that he don't like that. He doesn't like how the black community reacts to him speaking on the black community, or he doesn't like that he's not allowed to speak on the black community. Essentially, he said something like that, and I think it kind of goes back to where it's like, yeah, because nigga, when we hear you speak on it, it's like you be condescending as a motherfucker. Like you be like, it might kind of go back to that a little bit. What you're saying?
I'm about to Google Destiny and black people just so I can find something specific.
What did he say specifically? Like, what is something that
so we can attach to? You know what I mean?
I'll tell you right now.
Because even when he's talking like,
I got it.
This-
Destiny talks about his frustrating with the online black community. So
Of like the online black man in terms of like wanting to pull the race card, like they've got 52 cards in the deck and every single one of them says racism on it. It's just I want you to write me insults for the next, because I would get destroyed.
So at the end he was like, "You're a blue-haired sissy or something."
So
he sounds like he's too hurt about this. Why? Why does it matter?
I think he was bullied by a nigga. And you know, just quick, please remember where we at.
Okay,
But I bullied a little white dude. Nigga name was Colin, like back in the day.
That's a good white name.
Good dude to bully. He
But that's a
had
bullyable
freckles.
name.
just perfect.
He's
There's
a
no-
perfect nigga to
just-
bully.
Just a perfect.
And
victim.
I wasn't give me your money. I play with words. I've always played with words.
Right.
So I every day just digging in them. And one day I was just like, yo, if he became an officer, he deserves to hate niggas. But
Okay,
I wanted
see what you're
to.
saying.
But that's a good point because I also bullied a white kid. His name was Kyle. I made him drink hand sanitizer. Few different occasions.
Well,
He was
so
trying to get. He wanted to be cool. See, it was me. Shout out 𝙿𝙾𝚃𝚃. Shout out my Cuban homie.
what, did you bully or peer pressure? Because there's a difference.
It was a little bit of everything. You just put
okay. Yeah, whatever
morning
it called.
time, it's a little peer pressure. Recess
was-
is straight bullying.
Yeah.
There was one time I bullied with a dude. We was a bully duo.
You said you trying to link up and bully this nigga like
Y'all
that?
niggas was
then-
tag teaming.
He fought my friend, so I whooped his ass. So that was the end of the duo. But yeah, we've all partaken. In
And I think I'm like sad. I'm not happy about that shit because
Yeah.
yeah,
no,
it's
that's not
kind of
something to
fucked
be
up.
proud
But
of.
I felt like I absolved my bully duties because I beat him up.
oh, word.
Like I feel like I absolved my bully past. The short period that it kind of lasted.
You freed your karma,
Nah,
nigga. You burned
you-
another
Kinda.
stage.
That's how I feel because I whooped his ass later. You know what I'm saying?
You might have asked God about that one.
I was about to
Yeah,
say, you might have to ask God. You might be a piece of shit.
Yeah. That's
Jesus.
one of those like I'm trying to throw myself a rope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know, one of those
yeah.
situations.
You got to put it out now before somebody else come back. When niggas reach $1 billion, niggas used to bully
That's
me.
what faith looks like.
right.
Like God love me.
Yeah, he loved me.
So,
But yeah.
I feel like that might have happened. Maybe Adam didn't get bullied by black dudes, but maybe
Definitely.
like
Destiny.
Yeah, no, both of them.
Okay, yeah, both of them. Yeah,
Maybe like a dude fucked this girl. And
Adam was doing drugs with the niggas
yeah,
for sure. But it is a thing to think about though.
Have y'all ever hung out with people who done? That's another thing too. Have y'all ever hung out with people that just like that do hard drugs like pretty regularly?
Nah, I keep a close circle.
When we say hard, we're talking hard, right?
And we're talking if they, and I'm even counting alcoholics too. Like if they drink every single day, because alcoholics are just as wild as a crackhead, is just as wild as a meth head.
Man,
Yeah, I stay away from all that shit.
Yeah.
Like, if you on that,
You can't trust those people. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust them for shit. You literally just like, so the fact that like Adam has like,
the Jesus.
the fact that Adam got like this history of just like hanging out with drug addicts, doing drugs, you know, you can't trust you can't trust a nigga like this anyway, all the way to the extreme. Same with Lush. It's like Lush don't even do drugs no more. But he moves like he off something.
He moves like a wormy ass nigga. I saw.
You know what I'm saying? You can't trust this nigga just off his hands.
You see, I gotta watch this nigga.
Bro, just watch his mannerisms. The nigga be like this. You can't trust this nigga, bro.
But
like,
wait, he be talking with his hands. I be doing that. You know, niggas talk with their hands.
Ours have life in them.
It's different.
Yo, it's like
These are junkie hands.
These are junkie hands.
Yeah.
His shit be crazy.
this shit be
Still
not the
got-
R word.
Still got burn marks from hot pipes.
Yeah, shit like that.
He really showed that he used to do very hardcore drugs
Facts.
when Adam fired him live on air. Because when you can just tell when a nigga lying, and you can tell when he used to
drug
get
addict
high and lie. Like, you feel me? Like he's lying about stealing his niece's big wheel for crack.
Yeah.
You get
And
what
the
I'm
pawn
saying?
shop
He was
already
like,
called you and told you he came in. I got him on camera pawning your daughter's toy house. And then you confront him and he's like, what are you talking about? I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Just that drug addict shit.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Nigga, it's 2023. I got a Ring camera, nigga.
Yeah, bro.
That shit did not look like, come on, like, if you gonna lie, you gotta be a better liar than that, nigga.
Especially if you're a drug
I
addict.
was so good at lying growing up, this shit scared me. I gotta start telling the truth. I'm gonna become a horrible
Because
individual.
everybody keeps it believing.
Yeah, everybody keep believing it.
Everybody keep believing this shit. I believed it.
And then you gotta keep lying to keep the lie up.
I didn't
Yeah.
smack it.
Yeah, but
Convince myself.
Yeah.
so yeah, that nigga, we got just sidetracking crackheads and Lush, but yeah, I don't trust no druggie, bro.
What?
Even though he went out like a fiend, how do you feel about firing a nigga publicly on the job like
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Like, I thought it couldn't get worse than Joe Budden firing niggas who weren't there.
I thought that was
But
amazing.
the nigga was there.
I thought that was amazing.
It was amazing for like content purposes and keeping niggas entertained.
What
But
Joe?
in terms of respecting your
Okay,
employees,
true. But that's another thing too, though. I feel like Joe gave us both. Joe is one of the best. He's the best. Joe is the best, honestly. He's the best on the mic because even when he's dead wrong and he loses his mind, he gives us entertainment, and we're gonna keep coming back.
Joe has the ability to just talk.
Yeah.
Which I really like.
and
I'm trying to
have
learn.
people listen.
And he doesn't even have to care about it. That's the part where that shit freaks me out. I'm like, this nigga can talk about shit he don't even care about.
And it's like, he would be so much higher on my all-time list if I could like the nigga. It's certain things and things that he do.
You don't like him?
Just like manipulate. It's like it's a hate-love situation.
And I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
I'm with you
But,
on that.
Like,
too,
I
yeah.
wish that he...
You wish you liked his character more.
I wish he treated people better.
His character, yeah.
But it might be the fact that he treats people bad is why I like him.
For sure.
It might be some weird psychological shit.
He fucks with your own character because you're like, you can't believe that you keep coming back to listen after I didn't see you do shit that I don't think anybody's supposed to be doing.
and
I'm still partaking in this bullshit. It's like, what does that say about me? Like, it has you looking at your own self.
That's what they say, nigga. We're all one, nigga. It's like
Yeah.
the parts that you look at him and go like, you have him in yourself. That's why you
I was
attach
just about
to
to say, he might just speak to the narcissism that lies beneath everybody.
Uh-huh.
Because everybody got a little level of that shit. You wake up thinking about wiping your own ass. You pay your own bills.
And
first.
then when you do it in a classy way, like firing a nigga that's not even there. And you just looking at him.
firing stools,
Like
empty
he's dead.
chairs.
And they didn't show up. Like that's like Joe, you told him not to. Like this nigga's amazing. I fuck with Joe.
I love Joe Budden.
Should we go back to
What y'all think
should we
about?
go back to the Lush firing, or should we continue with Joe Budden and the Adam?
Man, fuck.
Let's
Lush is a
continue.
piece of Fucking fuck.
Yeah, Lush nigga, he somewhere sucking academics.
Sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, Les, I'm sorry. We gave you.
And I don't like talking
we
shit
gave you
about
enough
niggas.
one-liners.
I hate talking shit about niggas that's more successful at what I'm doing.
I
You know what I mean?
I love it.
Like, it feels like I'm reaching up.
That's because that's
no matter what we feel about the nigga, he doing something right.
And that's
he did something correct.
You see, and that's the real nigginess in you. You feel me?
Real nigga,
'Cause
I'm
it's like,
self-aware.
you see that
that's
part.
That's the emotional intelligence that Adam22 lacks.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. I know
He's not holding his follow through, nigga.
I
Has
know
no
they're doing
jumper.
better than me, but I see myself on the same level as these
ain't
niggas.
Lena.
So I just feel like if they heard this video, yeah, you gonna have to respond. To
Oh,
some shit that I'm
talent-wise,
saying. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to
Yeah.
respond to some shit that I'm saying because I'm not coming like the other nigga on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, it's it's almost like what we was talking about. How I think you was talking about, like, he has all the money, like Adam. He has all this money, but he's still insecure.
yeah,
Like, we have all the talent, but no money.
right,
Or success.
right.
So
or any accolades of
I
credibility.
guess we're
essentially,
winning.
Nigga,
Fuck
all
it.
these are self accolades, low key.
That's a perspective.
been
Self-appointed.
recognized by the city.
Bought these mics weren't purchased for us.
Yeah, nigga.
Right.
Nobody asked us to
These
do
are sure mics. We just figured out.
Yep, for sure.
There you
for
go.
sure.
But nah, what y'all T-Rail?
The best one.
How, and like this question should probably be like saved after we're done with all these niggas. But like, where are they going? You know what I mean?
We'll continue that trajectory.
But yeah,
because we were pretty much breaking down how everybody's gonna do.
because T-Rail gonna be good.
T-Rail will do the best.
T-Rail gonna be good.
because he's already doing the best. He's on live stream right now with 14,000 live viewers right now.
Twitch,
On YouTube.
But you
AD,
can't like
Yeah.
see.
but it's
you
hot
got,
right
You got
now.
to see what a nigga do in 6 months.
No,
Yes,
no.
yes.
You
That's
got
true.
to see what a nigga
Yes.
do in
That's
6
no,
months.
Yes.
that is true. But
Should be
Back
white
on-
hot lightning.
but listen,
because of the controversy.
But listen.
Yeah.
So let's be fair. You are 100% right. I'm not saying wrong.
Give him 2 summers.
Back on Figg. No, I don't think. The reason I don't think is just because of this controversy. Back on Figg has only been growing for 6 or 8 months or something like that, and before this controversy even happening, they were averaging out at 7,000 to 8,000 live viewers. So in
Live.
almost and live,
Live.
almost 10,000 live, and sometimes peaking at 10. But I'll give them an average of 7,500.
I'm about to say it's definitely going to hit 11.
They've been
eventually.
doing an average of 7,500 for the last 3-4 months before any
beautiful.
controversy.
After
That's
them
beautiful.
niggas seen what AD was doing on Twitch, they was like, "Oh, I need to get on this. I need to get in this
Look at
bag."
And he still
Community.
he still waited about a year and a half before he did it.
Exactly.
Still took his time. But this is the thing. Talent wise, entertainment wise, T-Rail has it all. He's funny. He knows how to move the show. He's entertainment from the moment that camera comes on to the moment that camera cuts off. T-Rail is value entertainment.
And
Which
he can ask questions because there's a couple niggas
He's
that
versatile
can
as
just
hell.
shoot, but they can't pass.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's
Which is-
versatile as hell.
And-
Two different play styles.
He can go both ways. Yeah.
He's very
Pause,
professional.
bisexual.
He does
Exactly.
it. He's doing it great.
He's fucking everybody.
He was around Tiger when he was hot, so it's like,
He knows how to handle it when it's hot.
yeah,
Because he's already lived the whole life.
Like-
and he didn't even live a
Niggas, he
little
saw-
life of that with Tiger.
yeah.
With Tiger, he lived like a 10-year life of that with Tiger.
yeah.
too.
I wonder what he said when he first saw Kylie Jenner leave home room to hop in Tiger's Lambo.
Probably
He's
like,
been around for so many things. I forgot. I remember when Tiger had the TV show. The niggas on the TV show. I was like, damn.
T-Rail?
Yeah, he's on the
Shout out
TV
T-Rail.
show.
And he got his own show. He got his own store.
Yes,
He has a location.
So-So-Rella.
That's another thing.
Entrepreneur.
I will
Girl
give.
Heather B or whatever. her name is.
Yeah,
She's
Heather.
also a personality, right?
Yep, she's
Or
on
is there
back.
another Heather
She's
B?
on back on. No, Heather B is.
There's another Heather B, right?
Heather B is Sway in the morning.
That's what I'm
Heather,
thinking about.
just
Yeah,
Heather.
that's what
I
I'm
can't remember what her last
Heather,
name is. Is T-Rail's girl who has the So-So-Rella store in off Figaro, not Figaro, off of damn Melrose.
Man, shout out
Same
successful
thing.
black people.
I will give them niggas credit. Like, they built a fucking fan base, a
Yes.
following. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's not like they was just on there and, just having fun. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And which is a good point. I think that's gonna be the biggest sign of who will be okay after this no jumper era has dissolved.
Yeah.
Is who built a fan base outside of the ones they gained from no jumper.
and
That's gonna be the biggest thing. And out of everybody that's left, I would say T-Rail has built the biggest fan base with his Back on Figg show, and his boy Smack. than all of them. AD as well too, but he surpassed AD in a couple of months. Like his YouTube channel, I mean, it's growing 2 to 3 to 4 times faster.
They all get love, but T-Rail is definitely gonna be cool.
Yeah.
He's gonna be cool.
He's gonna be one of them ones.
And I felt like I thought like when they all left, they was gonna like announce a date later, like nigga, we got our own shit, which I thought would be the most.
I did too, and I didn't like that they did actually, but they didn't drop a video. See, what I don't like that they did, that 𝙿𝙻𝙰𝚃 did, when Disconnected and Housephone left, the very next Wednesday when their show was supposed to come out, they were on their new YouTube channel and they had a show ready to go. They didn't miss a beat. I don't like that. And they also capitalized it. They did fucking 200,000 plus views on that. I don't like that they left, and when their slot time came up that would normally be on No Jumper, they didn't have a show ready for this new thing they're announcing called Figg Community World. So Figg Community World is something that Pun mastermind, where he combined community and back on Figg together, and it's called Figg Community World, and they now have a YouTube channel. They haven't dropped no videos yet, but I don't like that shit, bro. Like, I already don't like the name. The name is lame as hell to me, but...
You gotta see what that logo look like. That shit.
What do y'all think is the problem? Because I'm trying to look at this shit from like above it. Like, there was a period in time where there was a bunch of infighting, but it was all of the podcasters and the pundits and the on-air personalities.
Right.
And then it seemed like just like a week after, like it just flipped, and they was all like, yo, he's really the problem. Everybody's revolting against Adam now.
I think that he's always been the problem, and I think he's always been the fuel to the fire. They was kind of playing house nigga a little bit. A few of them were kind of playing house nigga and turning the other cheek and ignoring him. One thing that I didn't like that a lot of the, especially AD, I didn't like that anytime somebody, because you know Adam22 went to Joe Budden's podcast months ago, and they were criticizing him for how he treats the black community and how he profits off of LA gang culture, pretty much. And I don't like that he uses this as his, I can't be a bad person or bad to the black community because I hire black people. And that was one thing that AD used to say all the time. AD would be defending him and say that was their only go-to.
Adam is a bad debater.
But that's
terrible. Adam can't be a bad person because he's hiring all these niggas and we all gangbangers, and that's like, I don't like that y'all say that shit. Like,
it's weird because you can't really win for losing in that situation.
Right.
Like, for instance, if they were trying to paint the picture that he was racist and he had all white people working at his company, there was no niggas, they'd be like, yo, he don't even hire niggas.
Right.
So the fact is, like, you can't even, that's not even a good indicator of what he really feels.
Right.
It's the intent behind it.
It's the intent behind
And
it.
then
and
it's
when
like that. He was on Joe Budden. Joe
he
was
was on
saying
Joe
this
Budden months ago. Yeah, they were like,
it's that you see. That's some like real manipulative shit. Because how can you even answer some shit like that? Like, how do you have a point to somebody like you're a racist?
Yeah, pretty much. And I don't even think
Nigga,
they
what?
were. Well, to be fair, they weren't calling him racist. So if I said that, I'm wrong. I'm wrong in that.
Okay.
So they weren't 100% like,
But-
you're a racist. But they were pretty much the way that they'll scrutinize academics for War on Chirac.
Yeah.
That's what they were giving him, that energy.
Yeah,
Which is
like,
why they can't play the race card because
Right.
Rag did the same thing.
Right.
I was
so
about to say.
it was pretty much that energy they were going at him with.
Okay.
Yeah. Not like you're a racist and you're a culture vulture.
I was about to
Even though
say,
you're always going to catch a culture vulture. If you're white in hip hop, it's just going to happen.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah, so
You catching that.
yeah, no questions there. But yeah, they created a YouTube channel, you know, like they've got like 40,000 subscribers now, and it's been a couple days. Their regular shows have continued, which is back on Figg and Community, but they have not dropped on this network. And I don't like that. I mean, it's already kind of seemed like Pun's been bitter. Pun's, he gives off the impression that he's jealous of Adam, even if he's not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the nigga's heart, but the impression that an outsider sees, it looks like you're jealous of Adam.
it is.
And his success.
It is ironic he created basically a network
Exactly.
after hating on Adam.
Exactly.
After his employee, well, what is it? His
client. I'd
his
say.
client
Yeah.
had been working for him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't like that either. And it's like,
It's tricky.
it's just weird. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
tricky.
Like, yeah, it's weird that, but then so it's like, oh, okay, you want to create this network. let's see you deal with the same trials and tribulations that Adam dealt with.
Yeah.
Now we get to watch you because if even the the little what do they call them, like the header on like YouTube, whatever, like the top banner on the homepage or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the picture is like pun in the middle, and then it's like the back on Figg people on one side, all the people associated with the network, and there's like 8 personalities associated with this.
He got on a sugar.
And you see, like, what is
Literally,
Pun
yeah.
gonna be talking about? Like, why is he?
And this is another thing. Most of Pun's live stream shows are no jumper drama.
That shit is gonna fail. This shit
It's
is gonna
gonna- yeah,
fail.
bro.
Like
Bro.
Adam is a terrible person, but he's a wonderful boss. Like I remember the moment.
I would say he's a better businessman than boss. I think he's a terrible boss too.
Yeah, he's
Businessman.
Yeah, I
You
think
don't
he's
have,
business.
You don't
Businessman,
have 70% of your staff just
Businessman.
fired. You a good
Yeah,
boss.
yeah, yeah.
Because-
Quit, yeah.
Because I remember the moment Adam was like, all right, I got some star players now. I can sit on the bench.
Right.
Like, he took a seat back
Yeah.
just so, the whole company can move forward.
Right.
Yeah.
And, like, that's
there was a point in time where he was the face.
He was
if
the
If
face.
he wasn't in the thumbnail, it
was
wasn't
damn
doing
near
well.
always. the
And they
face,
wasn't
yeah.
getting views.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
that shit completely changed.
And and but what happened? So now we can kind of transition over to what Akademiks was talking about, that video, the business of running a network.
I was going to do that when you
Yeah.
brought up that he was starting a network.
Yeah, so this goes down to the business. Akademiks pretty much broke down how business-wise everything Adam is doing and trying to do with Pivot. So for the last 3 years, we could say, or 4 years, or for the last 3 years, we could say Adam has primarily, he's pivoted his content, which is something that you have to do as a content creator. When he first came in, he did BMX. And then he realized there was a SoundCloud rapper niche. He capitalized on that. When that one died, he moved over to LA gang culture. Now, when that one died, this new one that we're in right now on YouTube is debate YouTube.
Yeah. I've noticed
So
that.
exactly,
Everything is debate now.
everything's the debate now. So the Just Pearly Things, the Fresh and Fits, the Destinies, the
Richard Spencer's.
Richard Spencer's, but he's not even heavily on YouTube like these other people that, but social commentator, debate social commenters, putting a transgender versus a non-transgender, or putting a sadist next to a religious person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So you with a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
Like all the Jubilee videos, you know what I'm saying? They were kind of ahead of the curve on that, but with their middle ground show anyway. But putting opposing views apart each other, and that's the content now.
Yeah.
That's the transition that Adam is moving into, because that's where the tide is going on YouTube. AD and them were able to prosper, I think, a lot because the temperature on YouTube was gang culture.
And they're a part of that.
And they were a part of that.
They're in the mecca of that.
They were the mecca of that in LA.
Yeah.
So everybody around the world was tuning in, and it was good. So now that era is phasing out and you're phasing in, you have to, as a boss or as an owner of a network, have to look at your personalities and say, can they make that transition to the next stage, to the next form of content that we need to go to? Genuinely, you have to be able to objectively look at it, no matter how good of friends we are. Like, I think you might be great as fuck at interviewing rappers, but I think you would fall into shambles, or you would not perform if you had to host a trans debate or a religious debate. Whatever our next mode is.
So being an owner of a network yourself, what do you do in that situation?
So number one,
Like when how he was talking about the whole shit with AD where it wasn't making no money.
that was a
So
little
it
bit
was
of cap,
kinda
but that was the truth too. So Akademiks talked about that too. He's saying that, and even Adam exposed how much they generally make. So these live streams and the YouTube avenues and AdSense and shit like that, everybody knows the numbers aren't that high, right? So Adam said that he would roughly get $2,500 if the video didn't get any demonetization or restricted ads. He would get $1,500 to $2,500 for one episode, right? And all the episodes on that network on their shows were starting to average around 175 to 250. No, I'd say 150 to 180,000 views every week. And so you could be getting anywhere from $1,500 to $2,500. Then you also have to pay the people. But that number has gone down. That's the number currently. So before, that might have paid you $5,000. Now paying all of my personalities $500 a piece ain't that bad, because I'm still, as the owner, able to walk away with at least $3,000, and broke off to 2 racks or whatever. But if I'm in the hole with the people sitting on the couch at 2 racks, and the video only does 1,800, now I'm paying out of pocket just to keep y'all doing a show that could, at the end of the day, on dollars and cents, be losing me money.
No pun intended.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
So Akademiks was saying, I can't be mad at somebody for trying to transition their business model, and that makes complete sense to me too. If what we were doing before was making us, let's just say $10,000 a video, and now because of the change in the temperature, it's making $2,500. We're fucking in trouble. And also, not only are we in trouble, why would we keep making $2,500 content when if we transition, we can be making $10K content again? You know what I mean? So as an owner, you have to look at, can my personalities make that transition? I think Trell was able to make that transition, can be able to make that transition, and he's proved it by going on other shows and no matter what the temperature is, able to match the temperature but be himself still. Yeah. I don't think that AD has that capability. Housephone, I think, does. Housephone actually does. Adam, he's not even a great debater. He's kind of a shitty debater. He's terrible at it.
Nigga be high.
Yeah, his shit is terrible, but it's like he has the leverage because he has the platform. So, of course.
Yeah, he's the face.
Yeah, he's the face. So, of course, I'll talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I think you're an idiot, you know, I'll pull up there for some views real quick. You know what I'm saying? To help my channel.
How you feel about his interviewing?
I think his
capabilities.
I think his interviewing is decent. I liked his. I kind of like his style. I didn't like the gang culture era, just because I didn't like that when somebody like 𝙼𝙾𝚃 would go up there, who's a fucking streamer, never told us he was hood one day of his life. You keep asking him about Brooklyn drill rappers. Nigga, you know how many questions you can ask 𝙼𝙾𝚃 right now?
Yeah.
Why are you asking him about even if he is from the hood, why are you asking him about, did you know any of these guys that are in this beef right now? You know what I mean? I didn't like that shit at all. Like,
it's a difference between being a great interviewer and a great conversator.
Right.
Like, when I think of interviewer, I genuinely think of, what's that one nigga? 𝙿𝙾𝚃𝚃. Or what's that one old dude?
Oh, the real old dude.
Larry David.
Larry David.
Yeah, Larry David, yeah.
What's some black dudes?
Larry King.
Larry
David is a comedian. Larry King.
Oh,
Larry King.
Yeah,
But
you're talking about the old dude.
yeah.
Charlamagne's a great interviewer. Charlamagne's a great interviewer. He listens.
You know what I mean?
And he's able to digest. He's asking good questions. He's getting questions based off of what he's able to move the conversation, hit his stuff, but still able to dig in, you know. So
might go off on a side tangent.
might go off on a little side quest because you said something interesting, but I'll bring us back around to my question at some point.
Yeah.
So now that you bring it down like that way, maybe he's a great commentator. I think he's 50-50 because sometimes he be on point. You know, I'm not gonna lie, because sometimes he do interviews. I'm like, this nigga going crazy. He's snapping right now. You know?
That's why you have to do what your heart wants to do.
Yeah.
Because it's like being a businessman, especially Adam, like he's doing a lot of things he don't want to do. He's interviewing a lot of people he doesn't care to interview. So it's the interviews that are good are fucking fabulous.
Yeah,
like the one with Raw. That shit was crazy.
Great, yeah. The people that he genuinely, the 𝙿𝙾𝚃𝚃 Juice Man one.
Yeah.
Amazing. You know what I'm saying?
That nigga was excited at the mother.
Yeah, he's
Genuine
excited as
interest.
hell, you know, like, but so that's what kind of waters down his, I would say that does kind of water down his ability because he'll interview anybody that could possibly get him a click today or in the future. And a lot of the times, you know, you're taking a lot of duds in between those.
Which is what I think was like the rock that hit the window and shattered the whole dashboard and shit.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it gets to a point in time when you're responsible solely for the success of this whole company.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, no matter what happens, it's on you. You got to make sure this ship is still afloat.
You take all blame.
Literally.
You might not even take all the wins, but you're for sure catching all the blames.
You are the pirate of this ship. So with that being said, because I try to empathize. Because I can understand how you see what works and you know that works. So you want to just take that, extrapolate it, and put it on a macro scale.
Right.
So when you hear a little thing like, a little trans drama, you might even forget in the moment and like, yo, this is your homie that you should have a little. And we mentioned before, there probably was already a lack of emotional intelligence to begin with. So it makes it even easier when it's like, bro, this shit is numbers.
To cross that line,
like, I need a certain amount of views so this ad revenue can make sense.
Right.
So it's like, and you can tell that he's kind of in the era of content creation where he's like, nigga, I'm not here to wait for moments.
It's
I'm not here
capitalistic.
to waste time. Like, yo, let's manufacture this shit and let's get it
It's
out
capitalistic. It's we're doing what makes the money and makes the views.
there. He's not even fucking them bitches no more. He's just like, all right, let me.
Yeah.
When do I come again?
Yeah, literally.
yeah.
Literally. You can
Patreon
you
exclusive.
can feel his heart's not in it. So I do empathize with him, and I look at it because No Jumper is one of the business models that I looked at to do what I want to do, because I've always wanted a media house or a media or production company. What I really want is I want Tyler Perry level. That's what I really want.
You want a studio in
I
Atlanta.
want a studio to where
You want to be able to put a bid on BET.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. I want like Tyler Perry has a White House on his compound. So any movie being made that needs a White House also has his studio to call now to rent their studio. You know what I'm saying?
In case they don't want to go to fucking North Dakota because it's all the way over there. They can just come to my crib.
Thinking about little things like that. Like, we've only had these 4 or 5 studios to make these type of movies at. Tyler Perry just gave us a studio grounds with 300 acres. It's got 4 different neighborhoods, a White House replica. You know what I mean? Like, that's where it's at.
Would you put on a dress to do it? Like, if you had to do like the whole Medea route?
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't do it. Yeah, I'd still hold on to that. So like, there's certain things I'm not doing. Like, I'm not emasculating myself for no check. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing that shit, and I wouldn't emasculate myself. I wouldn't do that. Like, especially because that's a thing. Like, a successful straight black man, that shit is rare, low key. Like, niggas is out here looking to put a gay allegation on you. Always have a time that they can remember that you put the dress on or lipstick, man. You know, but once you did it, all of a sudden, you was the biggest thing in the world. You know, I'm good on all those moments.
Everybody got a little ditty on them when they get to that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Just a little sprinkle of puff.
Yeah, but so yeah, I do look at the business, and I think that Adam did look at his personalities and say that they can't come in this new way that YouTube is pushing the business. And I think, just as somebody who's also trying to do the same thing, that's one of the things that was always the hardest for even the 3 Oak podcast is I've been patient as fuck, because I only want people around that I can have that conversation with, that I know can make those changes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, which is why I fucked with y'all so early, because it's just like, after watching enough and seeing enough, I'm like, if we had the conversation where we're like, if one day I'm like, look, nigga, we might need to focus on debating for the next 90 days just to see, because shit seems to be shaking. Y'all be able to make that transition, still be yourself, which is even more important in it, but be able to capitalize off of this new business way, because at the end of the day, we love what we do, but niggas need to be, America is capitalist. It's capitalism, so we need to go where the money's at too. You know what I mean?
I want to do a debate show.
Yeah.
That's all I've ever done my whole life is debate. Niggas get on I get on people's nerves.
Well, I'm glad, because we can try to help put something together or create something, because I've always hated debating. I don't like that shit.
I was gonna fuck around and just be a lawyer, because I was like, all right, I like debating. Like, let me just I need a job.
Yeah, and so we can find.
Gotta pay my bills.
I'm not a huge debater. I'll facilitate a debate, but I don't want to be in the debate. Me personally.
Yeah. You got to be able to try new things, be able to fail.
Yeah.
And like, if you're only good when you're comfortable,
you gotta be able to learn too.
You're not good.
You gotta be able to learn.
Yeah.
That's another big thing. Like, AD was one of those people who used to proudly say, I don't like interviewing people, and I don't want to interview people.
He knew his strengths.
Yeah, but at the same time, that needs to be one of your strengths. Even if it doesn't need to be one of your strengths, it needs to be something you do. There's no reason that you were on.
If you want to be great.
If you want to be great.
If you want to be great, if you want to be legendary, that's something you can worry about.
Because there's honestly no reason that AD was on No Jumper for 3 years, and there's not one instance of him interviewing somebody where he had the lead mic as the interviewer. He's been the assist, he's been the B and the C mic in plenty of interviews, but like, you got to be able to. You should have used that time to practice, to put your reps in. Because now that you're on your own, you're gonna need to do a little bit of everything, brother.
It's like a lot of people only want to be comfortable. Nobody wants to go out their comfort zone.
Nobody wants to be uncomfortable.
It's like that's.
Like, I only want to be uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Like, like you said, you have to be able to be wrong.
Yeah.
and like to take that and be okay with that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And know how to learn or realize something's not your strength. Like
Yeah.
you need to be self-aware.
Yeah.
And it's like, so yeah, business-wise, as savage as it is, I know there's a huge weight lifted off Adam's shoulder because business-wise, this thing might be losing me money. And these people that did happen to leave, a lot of them also couldn't transition into this new business that is where the dollars are at. And a lot of the times, even if I can't have that conversation with you, that makes it even worse.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I can, that if I have the conversation with you, you think I'm joking and you're gonna continue to do what you do and not actually take what I didn't take the time out to tell you for fun. I'm telling you something for real, you know what I mean? So it seemed like him and Adam had moments where he feels like he's been trying to tell AD. Adam has mentioned that he's tried to tell AD, I need you to step it up, step your game up a couple times, and AD, the way he made it seem like he just kind of brushed it off. Like
Because he probably told him in year 4 when they were
Right.
cool, when they started telling yo mama jokes. So it was soft then. It's like,
Yeah.
nigga, fuck out of here.
Or in
nigga.
year
I was
2,
on here
yeah.
for 2 years not doing shit.
yeah, fuck out of here with all this critique now. Yeah.
The first month, he should have been like, nah, we're going to get you an interview.
He should have told him. Yeah,
Forced him.
Yeah, forced him to do it.
You
yeah.
feel me? Like, I don't know.
But at the same time, I think it's fine that he can't. Because, not everybody play that role. Like, you're not going to go to Shaq and be like, hey, nigga, you need to dribble better. Like, nigga, I'm Shaq. Like, this is what I do down
Right,
here.
right.
You do what you do over there.
But
But
to
at the same
that
time,
point,
Shaq could have learned how to shoot a free throw.
and
Yeah.
to that point, Shaq wasn't always dunking and shit. Like, he told a story about how, like, his dad smacked him in the middle of a game, and, like, he just got mad and started
Yeah,
dunking.
because he was
Yeah.
soft. But I think,
But you get the point. Like,
Yeah.
Shaq
He was
was
a friendly
That
giant.
wasn't always part of his arsenal.
Shaq was trying to lay it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, that
Until
is
he
crazy.
got out his comfort zone, became the Diesel nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The man of steel.
How do y'all feel about the new faces of No Jumper? They got the bootleg Kev nigga up there.
Well, I don't
1090J.
think Bootleg Kev is actually a personality.
Word. I saw him do a podcast.
He
on
just
there.
filled in because that was
It was the next day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the next day after everybody quit. So the nigga,
Somebody got to be
the
on
nigga.
it.
Literally, Adam would have been there by himself if he didn't call somebody.
Who's that black dude? Because
Courtney.
I had just discovered him like a few days ago when I was like looking at like some new up and coming podcasts and shit.
Yeah, his name is Courtney, and he just moved out there
To
from
do content with him.
to
right?
do content.
Yeah.
He said all of that firing and stuff happened 3 hours after he got off the airplane because he got off the airplane and came straight to the office. 3 hours later, that was when Adam fired Lush, and then the
Came
next
in
day at AD, you know what I'm saying? Like it was that was day one, and then all that. So his first week or less than a week at the job, half the staff quits, half your on-air personality quits or gets fired, and you just moved across the country to make this part of your life, to make this your life. That's crazy.
And everybody's watching because it's like, who's
Yeah.
gonna be the new niggas? Who's
And I
replacing
feel, and also Poetic Flacco is still there. Almighty Suspect is still there.
Sharp?
And Sharp is still there. And I do.
Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
No, I do feel bad for Courtney though, because I do think I did like him. Like
He cool.
he cool,
He
yeah,
smooth nigga.
yeah.
smooth dude.
I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Every time I've seen him on camera, I'm like, oh, I wouldn't mind listening to content from him.
He's a good brother.
Yeah, that's a good brother, and it's kind of fucked up that, but at the same time, he got to keep his head down and do what he got to do. You know what I'm saying? Unless the next thing we talk about with Adam22 is where he draws a moral ground at. Why did Adam? I don't know why Adam thought he had a friend in Joe Budden. That was crazy. So all this fiasco and drama is happening. All his employees are quitting. Everybody's looking at him. They're looking at his Adam16 allegations. Lil Pump's adding fuel to the fire. TMZ started reporting on it. For some reason, Adam is he's in crisis management. So let's be fair. I mean, let's be real. Adam should be in full-blown crisis management with his PR team, but he jumped to get a one-on-one interview with Joe Budden on AMP, whatever that platform.
Yeah, he has a new digital radio show, right?
Is that what that is?
I think that's exactly what that is.
I didn't know what it was.
Because I saw an advertisement for it on like YouTube or something. And I'm like, oh, okay.
The first time I heard about it was Joe Budden, so which
That's
is why
fucking
they
crazy.
gave this
Which is
nigga
why
the
they
big
did
bucks.
that, yeah.
Because I
to
know
say.
about a whole new platform now because of this one nigga in this one.
His new
interview.
studio is a skyrise.
Right? Yeah,
Which is probably why he conducted this on there and not on the Joe Budden podcast.
Exactly. You don't deserve this. Let me get this new deal I signed. Let me go get them a couple million views real quick. You know what I'm saying? So
Get
they
them
know.
niggas the Joe Budden effect.
Yeah, literally. So
Some niggas, I light it up before I burn it down.
yeah. So Adam does a 1-hour interview with Joe Budden, and Joe Budden begins to meticulously bust this nigga down in dimes and nicks and half nicks. I mean, just completely destroyed Adam in terms of his position on.
He method manned him.
He
Right in
went
the
bad.
face.
I mean,
Yeah.
there was a moment when he was like, Adam tried to make a joke like, I guess if I never did anything with this girl, I'd have less issues. And he was like,
That's such a tone deaf joke. But I get what he was
crazy
trying to do.
Yeah.
right, yeah.
I
And he was
understand
like, yeah. And then
Trying to pull a Mike Tyson.
Obviously, nigga,
they tried to have that.
I wish I would have raped the bitch.
Yeah, he trying to pull a Mike Tyson.
Raped my fault. God damn.
So they tried to have the conversation that we had pretty much, but you know, Joe's on demon time, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, is it really that bad? Joe was like, yes, you look weird, bruh. He's like, you look like a weirdo doing shit like that. So
Bro, Joe Budden sat on 𝙼𝙃's chest.
Joe Budden got crazy allegations, and it's crazy, which speaks to Joe's
He's uppercutted a few women, right?
yeah.
Like that's a thing.
That's the thing, bro. He's done so much bad shit, but we
Wait,
keep watching this.
we was
nigga.
talking about text. That's literally why they don't like each other.
Yeah,
like,
that's right.
In the
That's
after
right.
that
I
interview,
watched that interview again numerous times just
Me
to
too,
learn.
bro.
after that,
Study.
after that interview,
Y'all should listen
nigga
to
was
the
like,
Tax and Star interview.
I heard that shit.
oh yeah,
Fire.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
All
y'all
this
heard
shit.
it,
Hell yeah.
Nigga text
Fire.
on, nigga.
Yeah.
That nigga text was like, nigga, you beat bitches.
Yeah, right.
That's a hell of an argument.
Right, yeah. So, what was I always saying?
But nah, he was saying it was bad. You look like a weirdo.
Yeah, he
And
looked
then
like a
Joe
weirdo. He
Budden
pretty much
involved.
chastised him and stuff like that. Then there was also another moment.
See, that's
where,
what. That's another situation where Adam's a bad debater because I'm thinking if I'm Adam, I'm like, nigga, you
got washed.
Fucking dust head.
choke out bitches.
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah. Like he got
dust, nigga.
He
yeah.
got but Adam is in panic mode. You know what I'm saying? Bro, don't know what to do.
He's scared to
Like,
piss off black people.
yeah, he's in panic mode. But then at the same time, Joe hit him with the, hey, I know you're feeling relieved because now you get to pivot into the new lane that you want to go into. You know what I'm saying? And then, but yeah, man, Joe was chopping that nigga up, man. What I'm gonna do is, because I can't do it right now, the one thing I didn't get to prepare for was I was gonna write down all my favorite quotes that Joe Budden said during their interview with
Yeah, the
Adam.
interrogation.
Oh my God, he was killing him, bruh. He said something to Adam. Adam said something to him, and he was like, "Yeah, but you also waited for a 16-year-old to turn 19, so your She was like, so your judgment in this realm is like kind of out of your. It's kind of out of your league, like.
And you
he was
see, that's
frying that
Joe,
nigga
you
up, bro.
choke hoes.
But you see, he even could have like. Adam is so disgruntled, he doesn't even know how to defend himself.
fucked. He's fucked.
Like he doesn't
Yeah.
even know how to like.
He's discombobulated.
He like just say something, Adam.
God damn, I gotta be a human right now. Fuck.
Yeah, like
At the end of the interview, Joe's mocking how much he scrambled his brains. He said, Joe was like, all right, man, well, that's about it. You got anything for me? Adam's just silent. Then he's like, come on, man. I know you got something for me, buddy.
a lot of people cannot survive an interrogation room. 𝙼𝙾𝚂𝚃's one of them. Adam22 is another one.
95%
They're
of
folding.
YSL.
They have a 98%.
90, maybe 99%. It's only one person standing strong in this.
Bro, it's incredible.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, man, the Joe Budden, Adam22 interrogation, I don't know why. I really don't know why Adam did that. Like, he stood a chance against
Damage
that man.
control. He probably thought he was gonna be able to go in there.
He did think it was damage
clean it up. I'm gonna talk to Joe. Joe is a
Joe's
manipulative motherfucker.
Hey, yo.
Joe's gonna see where I'm coming from because he had a podcast
Like,
network
yo, this
that fell
nigga beat
apart.
bitches and he fired his co-host on air. He gonna
Right?
love this.
Yeah. Oh, we gonna bond immediately.
Two
yeah.
peas in a pod. Literally.
Man, Joe lined him up in the crosshairs and didn't let go, bruh. Just chopped this
Adam
nigga
probably
up.
texted him like, yeah, I kind of just want to talk about this, thinking Joe was just going, ask him that.
Nope.
Nah.
Who's a better boss? between them two niggas. And who do you think handled their situation better? I don't think anybody handles anything better than Joe Budden. It's not even a question.
Yeah, I think Joe.
This nigga's still here.
Yeah, that's a fact. I think Joe for sure handled his the best way.
Joe.
Yeah,
but they're both terrible.
It's
terrible.
like picking Biden
This nigga,
Yeah,
Adam22 was making fun of Housephone gayness for years.
right
For years.
and then assisted through the alley oop to somebody to expose him on his own platform.
Bruh, like,
that nigga Adam probably was waiting for somebody else to know about this shit.
bro.
Yeah, he really, like just dying to know,
Because
dying
views.
to tell somebody else.
If Housephone is gay, then that means somebody at No Jumper is gay, which is more views for No Jumper.
You
Yeah,
see,
true.
you think like the whole.
probably better for the
You know
brain.
the concept of like if everybody has a nuke, there's less chance of nuclear war.
Yeah,
because we all know what can happen.
Exactly.
You would think that like Housephone fuck trannies. What was Adam's shit?
Housephone digging in his girl.
Oh yeah.
Housephone getting his bitch
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
fucked by him. You would think that these are two nukes that it's like they just both like they could press the red button, but they both like nigga, I fuck your whole shit up. You fuck my whole shit up. Everything
Well,
be fucked up.
the only reason I don't think that's as big of a nuke is because the industry that his girl is in. But I think if Housephone had a hardcore concrete Adam16 story, that's a nuke.
Yeah,
But
You know what I'm
that's a
saying?
nuke.
But the nuke isn't for the world; it's for Adam.
It's just
like,
for him, yeah.
Like
It's for
only
Adam.
he is gonna. Everybody gonna be like Adam. Like she's a hoe anyway. Like
Right,
Like that's what
yeah.
everybody else gonna be thinking.
Yeah, he's
but he
not
gonna be
taking
like,
the L,
oh, like she's my hoe. She's supposed to be
Yeah,
my hoe.
right.
Getting all
yeah.
defensive and shit.
So for sure.
It's
But yeah,
tricky,
shout
though.
out to Joe Budden. I mean, he out here he killed that nigga. And one of the funniest things that I think is the fact that Adam believes he can host a debate platform that's good, but he effortlessly got washed by Joe Budden is the funniest thing out of all of this. Like,
Yeah, 'cause
I
Joe
understand.
Budden just get loud.
Yeah, and Joe Budden didn't even get loud. That was the best part of the call. That 1 hour, Joe was calm and meticulous and broke this nigga down into pieces, bro.
Well, Joe's calmness is like not calm.
Yeah, if he's calm, he's pissed off.
It's
It's
like
calm and hostile. At the
yeah,
same time.
it's like cool thunderstorms.
like if he's yelling, he's not
Yeah,
even really that mad.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like
That is true.
it's weird. That's
That
what
is-
Tax got mad at. It's like, why is this nigga so calm?
Passive
Right.
aggressive ass.
Yeah,
nigga. He's not
yeah.
answering
Yeah, that's
the
true.
questions.
Yeah.
So I'll
It's
put.
like, who's this dude?
Yeah, I'm
Who
gonna
is this dude?
just insert some of the quotes, some of my favorite just one-liners or whatever from that interview.
I'm about to say,
Some of
you
the
got-
balls.
Just gotta throw that shit on the screen.
Some of the
Bam.
good balls.
Right? Yeah, just because it's funny as hell. We did teams is reported.
Let's see, Adam22, fucking this girl.
Gina Views, who also works for Sway now.
I forgot, like she was a person. She
Yeah.
cool, like she's
pretty cool.
Like she working still. Like
She still does work
She's
there,
with
but
Sway.
yeah, she's on Sway now too.
She's doing
But,
something.
she on Sway. Nigga.
But
She's
yeah,
more.
a lot of
Sway's
people,
good.
since all this has happened, the only reason she's there is because AD is actually the one that ushered Gina Views in.
Yeah. And she's like, she's a cool girl to have,
She's the home girl, that's the homeboy, kind of.
but
She gives me like Nadeska vibes.
Yeah,
You know, on Nadeska, she's cool. She's on her shit. She
Nadeska's just way better at being an on-air personality.
Yeah.
Nadeska's great.
yeah, Gina Hood, bitch.
Yeah.
Which is
Gina's
like
not
cool.
that great on camera.
It's cool for like to be cool.
She's good. She's like AD. She's good in the group. If she has to
She's
stand
good in the community.
if she stands alone, it's not that good.
like everybody barking on Flacco. She can jump in on that.
right? Yeah, she's got good little.
They talking about,
Raz- yeah.
and she has relationships outside of that, which offers her different like context and intel. Like wasn't she cool with Blueface?
Oh, she's like really good friends.
Yeah,
with
so it's
Blueface,
like
yeah.
when some shit popping off with Blueface and no jumper, she can offer
line
something
that
to
up.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's another thing too. And I mean, how do y'all feel about people that are just like so industry? They're not the best personalities. 'Cause
They're not
can't
gonna
give
be-
their.
yeah.
They can't give their. You can't be like Star talks stars or not Star. Charlamagne always said Wendy Williams said this.
You're
gonna be
I
other
was
people.
thinking about that
Yeah,
shit.
you're gonna either be other people or of the industry. And I think that's why, even though I do like Gina in a group setting, I don't think on camera she's that great. But that's just because like she's got all these politics surrounding all of her opinions. She's cool with all these artists. Like you're never gonna get the real her, you know? But I do fuck with her. But she did make a tweet today.
That's tricky.
Yeah, but I saw that shit at
She
the
did
bottom.
make a tweet that said, y'all keep asking if I left no jumper, but nobody's asking me if I'm okay. I'm not okay. I'm stressed. All of this has affected me in my career. If you don't have a deal for me, please mind your business. If you support and fuck with me, say a prayer and please play on my links. Thank you. I guess she's talking about the links. She got something in her bio.
You see what I mean? Like Adam probably looked at her tweeting that. Like, bitch, you think you deserve to even tweet that?
Yeah, well,
like you think
this is the problem. This is
know
why
what I'm
she
saying?
tweeted that. Gina's stressed. Outside of, I'm sure she's been feeling frustrated and a lot's been going on because all of her friends have just left. But Destiny and Adam were just on a podcast together, and Destiny made a joke to Adam talking about how he thought Adam was a black guy at first because it was a hip hop platform. And then he said, when I met you, I said, oh, I didn't realize I was meeting a slave owner, the slave owner. And then Adam bust out laughing. So Gina tweeted it, the video, and was like, a slave owner? A fucking slave owner? So it's like, not only did all my homies and the people that ushered me in here leave, now there's a new clip of my boss joking with this new blue-haired white man about how he's a slave owner over here at this place that I'm still employed at.
and that was like the lowest level of that type of joke you can make.
Exactly.
It's like slave owner. It's got to be something funnier than slave owner, like nigga.
Right. Yeah, he could have just said you're the Suge Knight. You know what I'm saying? Like he could have just said something like that.
Yeah,
maybe,
or-
you know, just like a
Like another word for a slave owner. Like it's just
something.
certain ways.
Anything was better than a slave owner.
Could have
But-
said massa. That
yeah. That would have
always
been
Yeah, that's
lame.
true.
Oh,
That's-
you massa.
That's true.
That would've been
Even
lame.
though it's bad, it doesn't feel as bad.
I think
Because-
black people
Because you
only
didn't
can
use the
make that
word
joke.
slave.
I think
Yeah.
only black people can make that joke though.
But
Yeah.
I under like that's some white guy on white guy humor.
Right.
You-
Not
which-
meant for cameras.
which was
That's
just
not our business.
which was just caught on camera. We
That's
need
a
to mind our
fact.
business.
That's a fact. That's a
you know
fact.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's some white guy shit. I'm not.
I
you
think
know.
that kind of goes back to Destiny, what he was talking about as well too, because I think that's what he's talking about. Like white people, they don't have the grace to. You're not allowed to have your racist humor out loud.
Yeah.
They have to keep it in the locker room. Or there's extreme
Where that shit
outrage.
belong.
Yeah.
It's part of reparations. We earned that.
Yeah. Essentially,
That's
yeah.
how it is, nigga. The tide is gonna turn.
Or you got to be very funny.
You can, yeah.
And
Yeah,
Destiny
yeah,
is not a
for sure.
comedian
At all.
Like
Yeah, facts.
a lot of these niggas just talk on camera.
That's it.
Like they're not comedians.
You can get away with a lot of shit if you're funny.
Like you could just say you're a comedian and never touch a stage.
There's a lot of people doing that shit now.
That's a fact, though. That's a fact.
Like yeah,
That's why I got our shit listed under. I posted most of our videos under comedy.
You know, and it is comedy.
Yeah, it is.
But
yeah.
like I would never call myself a comedian.
I wouldn't either. I would
'Cause,
never
like,
do that
I've
either.
never touched the
Feel like you don't
stage.
Me neither. Yeah.
That's how I feel about the different levels of hoes. Like just because you own OnlyFans and you making a little money,
Don't mean you a hoe.
don't
For
mean you're a
for
real hoe.
Yeah, right. Facts.
Nah, but you can still be a real hoe on OnlyFans.
Yep, but that's
you really
that's
hoeing.
that's you got to be really hoeing.
So back to Gina Views real quick, and then we'll close off on this. And then I just have a random question about hoeing.
Sounds like beautiful.
I wonder if
Wrap
she
this
hoeing.
shit up.
Yeah,
Gina?
right. Huh?
She probably look like it. She probably seemed like a hoe.
You said what?
Gina.
He's
about
a
her?
legend that she's fucking. He's trying to say she a hoe.
Yeah. Well, I was trying. I was trying
oh.
to see if she's
Well, he
a
was
hoe.
asking.
I don't think so, man. I don't
don't
think
think
so.
so?
Well, I don't know. I don't think so. Everybody has a hoe. Everybody has a hoe phase.
Yeah.
Everybody has hoe tendency. So I'm not putting that past anybody.
And if you fuck three
But
niggas,
in
that-
terms of like, is she fucking the homies and shit like that? I don't see that.
I'm about to say, if you fuck three niggas that know each other, it's like you can be called a hoe. That don't make you a hoe.
Right, yeah, but I don't
Yeah.
think
Small city.
because she has so
Yeah.
much respect with all the men that come up there. I don't even think that they would have that same respect if she was fucking all the homies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
yeah, you know, it's like so many men respect her. Even the guys they interview, they'd be like, "No, we here for Gina. Like, don't get it fucked up." Like, she has a lot of respect amongst a lot of men in that industry. So, but yeah, I hope she does well. Do y'all think she should leave? I mean,
I don't think
mean,
she
personally,
added
I don't-
any value. I
yeah,
think
to be fair,
Adam is really. He's like, whew, like now, like
Relieved,
oh my
yeah.
god, I
for
can
sure.
fucking breathe now, nigga. Because half of these motherfuckers,
Overhead just shot down.
half of these motherfuckers wasn't bringing any value. Like Gina, we first of all, we were supposed to say her name 1 hour ago when we was going through everybody. We forgot about this bitch.
Well, that's because she didn't leave yet. So we were kind of going through the people who were leaving.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only reason why we didn't bring her up. But
But yeah, I mean,
she's there. From what we know, the current cast is Gina Views, Poetic, Flacco, 𝙼𝙾𝚃𝚃, Courtney, some Puerto Rican nigga or Mexican nigga. I don't know what his name is.
that's the goddamn.
How do y'all feel about the almighty suspect nigga?
God, he's fucking annoying.
Because I was trying to, when I first saw him, I was like, I don't have a
Almighty
personal
suspect.
problem with the nigga. But I was trying to figure out why he was there. Like, he doesn't seem like a content creator, interview ass nigga.
He's not. So the
You know what I
thing
mean?
with-
Like, what's his origin
and the
story?
thing his origin story is he's the son of a famous, or they say legendary a lot. He's the son of a legendary battle rapper in LA. I don't know what his dad's name is, but his dad is like an old school legend or whatever. So that ushered a lot of battle rapping on the West Coast, whatever.
Niggas royalty or something.
Yeah, this nigga's royalty or something. Like he's like underground royalty.
Getting tired of niggas getting credit off their father's work, but
Right.
I guess.
So the credit that he apparently gets though is they say that he is the beginning of the new LA wave sound. And Blueface,
In terms of rap.
in terms of rap, Blueface's entire style, music wise only, came 100% from Almighty Suspect.
Wow.
And there's like YouTube videos talking about how showing what Blueface's music was before. So Blueface what a lot of people say about Almighty Suspect is Almighty Suspect created a style that everybody else got famous off of but him.
So that just shows how terrible he is.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Little bit.
And it honestly does. It either shows how terrible he is or how hard he is to work with. One or the other. Either way,
He didn't capitalize
he didn't capitalize
at
it.
all.
Well, and just
Or
because
he's
you
hard to work
made it
with.
doesn't mean that you was the best to do it.
Exactly. Like, it's completely different.
So
Those
just because you
completely
made
different
it
things.
doesn't mean you're the best to do. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but yeah, that's true.
Like, we make planes way better than the Wright brothers ever could right now.
Right. But they're still the first though. Yeah.
They the first, but they're not the best.
That's true. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I see
the
what you're
first
saying.
nigga to play
Yeah.
basketball isn't the best at basketball.
Yeah,
Right.
nigga.
So,
Bob
yeah.
𝙬𝚃.
So yeah, that's the
D.
thing with
Naismith.
Almighty Suspect is like when he first came to the platform, I liked him, and that was because he was the only one that would challenge Poetic Flacco. Because the thing that annoys me with Poetic Flacco is Poetic Flacco would say dumb things, and nobody had anything
You got to be checked on that.
to check him on, and it was like,
You'll treat him like a bad bitch.
yeah.
Like,
So
she
it was
word.
it was kind of.
Obnoxious.
I was getting tired of like a month and a half to 2 months of Poetic Flacco just like spewing just pure ignorance. Somebody finally came in and started whooping on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that felt good. But then it got to Poetic Flacco started playing bitch. You know what I'm saying? And now his whooping on him just got excessive.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
you don't
then
gotta
he
beat his ass
switched.
dead, man.
But then at the same time, man, I don't know, man. It's just something about that nigga where it's just like, I kind of have low respect for niggas that are on drugs a lot too. This is like a personal thing.
Who, suspect?
Yeah, he's always sipping lean. He's always smoking blunts. It's like, nigga, what the fuck, bro?
Mm.
Can you not focus for anything? That shit irritates me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And it's-
You see, you gotta think about his childhood. That's what I be doing. Like,
Yeah.
you're not just a substance abuser for no reason.
you got some shit going
There's
on,
some
bro.
shit going on.
Yeah, and it's
And-
like I can't ignore it because you're distracting me. Because there's always a blunt being rolled.
It's always a cup.
There's always a cup. It's just like, damn, you can't.
He's coping.
Yeah, I don't.
And yeah, that's-
we watching you wither away, bro. Like, and then you be yelling at niggas on screen and shit, and it's like,
And then it's not his fucking platform.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
How did y'all feel about the Kelpie situation?
that was corny as fuck.
On everybody's part?
On everybody's part, yeah, yeah, on everybody's part for sure.
𝙼𝚃 the pimp, right?
Yeah. Well,
The P.
some people call him the poser.
Yeah,
Right,
the 𝙼𝚃
right,
the
right,
poser.
right. Yeah,
The
literally.
cosplayer.
Yeah, the cosplayer.
Yeah, so
Yo, shout out to Kelp. I mean, hey man, a nigga say he had 2 hoes.
What does it take for you to whoop a nigga's ass on air? He just gotta call you a bitch? That's all it take?
that is so lame, bro. Like, all right, bro. It's like
You know what I mean?
They were both, at least they were both small people. You know what I'm saying? Because like
Small people.
You
just
see,
like small. Like if I was whooping on 𝚘𝚃, that would look bad as fuck for me. Because I'm probably like 100 pounds more than this nigga 𝚘𝚃. But Suspect ain't a big dude and 𝚘𝚃 ain't a big dude. It's like too small, at least they look like they're in the same weight class at least. You know what I'm saying?
my thing is like how you fight like at work. Like he's at work, right?
Oh,
𝚘𝚃?
for sure. He's for sure. No.
Well, nah, the Suspect.
I mean, kinda. Interview
Suspect
is,
is definitely at work.
But like how you... I just don't understand the mentality of these niggas. Like, you want another motherfucker set.
These are niggas
and
who's never had a real job.
But like, yeah,
Bro,
to even
his dad was a legendary freestyler.
Right.
a poet, like to even like think I'm about to fight this nigga on Adam's platform in Adam's place.
Just because he called me a bitch.
It's just the mentality.
But I did respect the fact that he kept he kept the property of the work environment
Oh, yeah.
intact.
He threw
He threw the headphones back and then got up. I can see how it's easy to forget you wearing them bitches in that moment.
And start dragging
And
shit.
you flip
Yeah.
a cord and shit. It's like, suspect.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Which that just made me feel like that to me made me feel like
It was pre-planned.
yeah, not even pre-planned,
premeditated.
but it's like
Adam knew.
you really thought taking off on this nigga was gonna get you a lot of points, and technically, to be fair, it did. But
He probably got a raise from that shit. Adam was like, yeah,
he did get a
like
raise.
Controversies
if you beat
comes.
on a bitch ass nigga, you gonna get some points. But it's almost like beating up a gay dude. Like you still lost something.
But
Yeah.
it's a
You know what I mean?
That,
I don't even.
He's
know,
been
man.
doing it like a little bit,
uh,
but I don't smell nothing too
this
crazy.
one really hit me.
Yeah,
Really?
He's low in the tank.
Yeah.
It must have curved because his ass is my way. His ass is by my shoes.
His tail is probably wagging. It's like a sail. It's sending it.
That shit like a frisbee, nigga. Shit going around the
Just
world.
fanning the flames.
Yeah, bro. So
Yeah, that nigga's son. What does it take for y'all to beat a nigga ass on camera? Like, what has to happen?
Bro, I couldn't even.
It's beyond just a dude calling you a bitch, right?
It's beyond.
yeah, it's beyond that because there's nobody. Well, it's a little different here because we at my house. So like, I'll take off on a nigga for real and not think about it. You know what I'm saying?
On my
Like,
property.
Oh, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not gonna have no issues. But it's like,
Yeah.
if it's somebody that I think I might take
I'm
off,
not gonna have no issue.
yeah, but it's not somebody. I would never invite somebody here that I think I would have to take off on
Bro,
either,
you know
because I
what I'm
wouldn't even
saying?
want you at my house. You know what I'm saying?
And that video, it's an old video. I forgot how it got to that point.
Yeah,
Because I know when Sharp was talking to 𝚘𝚃, it was just like nigga, you not pimping. Like, that's why I'm mad.
Yeah.
But with them, I forgot how it got to the point of you are a bitch ass nigga.
Well, this the
and
thing.
then him getting spit on.
This the thing. It's like in that first interview they did with Sharp, 𝚘𝚃, and Suspect, they were threatening him in the interview. Sharp was Sharp was literally like, "I'll take off on you right now, fool. Like, you got me fucked." Like, and then Suspect over there, "Yeah, bitch, you a mark." Like, they're literally threatening him.
It's like, what did he sign up for?
Yeah, but
Like,
then the next
what did
time,
he
this
sign
nigga
up
calls you
to
a
do?
bitch one time, but then all of a sudden the internet en masse is like, well, you can't really call somebody a bitch, is that really the last level? Like, a nigga can call me a bitch, but if he's not within swinging distance, I'm not gonna go find him.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
How
that's
you feel about the suck my dick too? Because being called a bitch and the nigga telling you to suck his dick,
That's
that seems
different.
to be fighting words for a certain generation.
See,
is.
I'm not from New York. I don't even
neither.
abide by those rules.
I'm not from
I
there
don't.
either. I never
My
abide by
dad
those
never
rules.
told me like, yo, if a nigga say that, you gotta whoop his ass and nothing.
That's never.
Yeah, I never had
never had that
I
lesson.
never had that call. I never had that talk either. But the thing with me is like,
Yeah.
I'm not programmed to automatically take off with suck my dick. But now that I've heard how apparently a lot of people are programmed to take off on that, I'm not. I look at it differently to where, oh, he does. Like, I'm looking at that as like, oh, he's ready to take it there now. You know what I'm saying?
If you say
so
suck my
it
dick.
doesn't affect me. I don't
Yeah.
hear it immediately and be like, but then it lets me know that the other person is ready. So now that you said that, you're actually ready to get it cracking. So
See-
I'll take off now. You know what I'm saying?
If somebody tells me to go fuck myself, I'll be mad at that.
Really,
Like,
okay.
go fuck myself, nigga. What?
How do y'all feel about like homeboys being friends, but they like call each other bitch and shit?
You
I'm more offended at somebody calling me a bitch. bitch ass nigga. Or
Bitch
something
ass
like
nigga, like we've called each other bitch ass nigga before playfully.
But
it's
that's
just about the intent. You know what I mean?
It's not like it's all about the intent and who you saying it to. Like, because I'll call, the Mexican, the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll call him, hey, bitch ass nigga.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
The
and
one.
the one.
Yeah.
And like we're cool, but we're not like the best of friends, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly.
It's just all about who it is and whose temperament.
For me, that's for me is like me and none of my closest homies. None of us use it. Did he go? He did it.
Nah,
Bro, he was just like,
He just
it's
decided
just the
to
way
get
he
up.
got
Like,
up.
he was about
and
to shit.
Like, I'm here.
You're right.
Now. Yeah.
So like me
Yeah.
and my closest homies don't play like that. So like if somebody says that to me like that, I'm programmed to be like, okay, like what's up, my nigga?
where
Like,
you grew up here?
No, I got here in 10th grade. I'm mainly right outside of Philly.
You see, that's what I'm like.
Yeah, it's
It's
different. Yeah.
demographic.
It is,
Like
it
North
is.
Carolina, you feel me?
I
Niggas are
think
nicer.
I've heard people play like that. Yeah,
Southern
and that's the thing.
hospitality.
Bro, one of the biggest things that I remember when I first moved to North Carolina, I was halfway through my 10th grade year, maybe like a month into being into school or 2 months. My entire life growing up, I never heard about two niggas that wanted to fight or two chicks that wanted to fight, and the fight didn't happen before the end of the day. I never heard of that. I never saw that in my life.
So there was no woofing.
There was nobody bluffed where I'm from. Like, and it's not even like I'm from outside the city in a suburb, King of Prussia. I'm not even in like the worst part of Philadelphia, you know what I'm saying? But even in my suburb, even the white boys, the black boys,
I say it's still Philly.
it's still Philly. Nobody bluffed. Like, if somebody said I'm rocking them today, I'ma steal them. That's what we used to say back in the day. I'm stealing off today. Like, that nigga's stealing off today.
Which is good for like street level, like on some real shit.
Yeah.
But
it's technically not good.
for the betterment of
for the
society.
For the betterment of society,
You know what I'm saying?
But when I first moved here, like a month in,
Yeah.
I saw two niggas, I couldn't believe it, like barking at each other, like talking like they wanted to fight, but both of them letting women hold them back. Man, the women they know to get the fuck out the way. Shit about to get moved around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like I'm sitting back watching.
What school you go to?
Apex.
I've never heard of anything what you heard about
Apex wasn't
I
cracking
know
like
nothing
that.
of it.
I know nothing of Apex.
So I heard. So like, I vividly remember that, and I was like, "This is different."
You
know,
was
I
like, this is crazy.
I couldn't believe it. I'm crazy that these two men are fighting.
Hey.
it was the,
Tony, this
Listen,
nigga's
he
like,
ain't hit him,
this
but-
is crazy.
that was crazy. That was the wildest thing to me. I didn't know that niggas
Hey.
pump faked for throwing hands. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
So it just fucked me up, and then I saw it multiple times.
Was slap boxing weird for you? Was that big
I
back
don't
when
like.
you was in
Yeah,
high
I
school?
never slapboxed. Yeah, we
That was-
slapboxed a little. Me and my friends, we slapboxed a little bit, but we ended up upgrading to boxing gloves. Like,
Okay.
Bruh,
So,
like you gotta
yeah,
become an adult eventually.
yeah, because
what I mean?
slapboxing.
He hit you like a man.
First of all,
Sla-
slap boxing is dangerous
It's fucked.
It's more
because
dangerous.
because if you try to throw a smack, your fingers are straight. You could
That's what
literally
I'm saying.
pop a
It's
fucking.
literally impossible.
Blood vessel.
In order to properly slap, that means I'm literally only throwing hooks. Cause it's like this the whole time. You know what I'm saying? But niggas will try to slap box and do a jab.
Yeah.
You can't slap and jab at the same
Unless
time.
you
Jab
get
or
your
slap. You
palm
can't jab or
first,
slap.
but then you can't. Don't hit me with this shit because
Yeah, exactly.
this shit hard.
That shit hurts even
Breaks
more.
up.
Yeah.
So it's like, we were never into slap box. We would do boxing before. We would box before we would slap box.
See, Philly niggas, like, they can't even slap box. They
Philly
gotta
niggas.
put gloves on.
Running up mountains and shit.
Yeah, because then you
Yeah.
slap box and niggas, you see slap box turn into real fist fights all the time. Y'all could have just put the gloves on.
At least work on your technique.
Let's not waste
At
all
least
this
work on your
time.
technique. And even if y'all did end up really fighting, nobody's really hurting each other. You get a little bust of lip here and there, but nobody's getting fucked up for
Yeah.
real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
niggas actually get into a fist fight over some slap boxing fun. You're doing too much.
Yeah.
What's worse, when a dude calls you a bitch or when a girl calls you a bitch? And she mean it. You know what I mean when I mean she mean it.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. But it's still a dude because I can't put my hands on a woman though. So
That's what might make it worse. Because, like, there's nothing you could even do about it. It's like being, would you rather have to shit or would you rather be constipated? I'd rather have to shit.
right. Man, I've been so good at just avoiding. I've been so good at avoiding terrible bitches for the last couple of years, man.
Word?
I've been doing pretty good.
Would you just started noticing the telltale signs?
Yeah, they just, you recognize patterns after a certain ability. It's just like, I know when to cut my losses. You know what I'm saying? I know when to get the fuck out of there.
Bitches
Like,
are lost.
I don't go back. I'm not going back and forth with you. Like, there's a lot of shit that I'm not doing. Like, there's a lot of shit that I do, and like, you'll call me a gentleman, a nice guy, an asshole, and I can cover every box that chivalry and all that shit supposed to be. But as soon as the bitch is doing too much, the bitch is getting replaced. Like, you're out of here. Like, I'm not going to debate with you. I'm not going back with you. Yeah, this is how I think. Stop trying to convince me otherwise, because I already think this. And I'm not going to go back and forth with you. This is where I'm at.
You do got to try to teach him. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. I'll teach them. Yeah, but...
Don't leave them.
But
teach
the ones that are staying are the ones that are teachable, obviously. But I know when I'm dealing with something. I know when I'm dealing with something that this is a 2-week experience. This is a 90-day experience. This is a 6-month experience.
I'm just renting this.
You see, these hoes come with expiration dates.
I know. I'm pretty conscious at the expiration date of all my relationships, whether they be 1 weekend or 6 months. I'm pretty conscious of when that shit is, when I'm departing.
You said 1 weekend.
Yeah, literally, like, I know when I'm departing.
A weekend girlfriend.
Shit, we be boyfriend. Look, we'll hang out for a weekend. You think we were together for 5 years. We might not never talk again. And that's part of the game.
Bitch don't even know. It was just a honeymoon.
We just decided to honeymoon it out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a lot of women, I feel like, they're not trying to listen to no nigga. You know what I'm saying? They could be with a nigga who's got everything going for them, could teach them something, got all the things that they say they want already obtained or almost obtaining, and they still can't take advice from that nigga. I'm not talking to this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
She grew up in a single mother household.
Yeah, I'm not even about to try to change her mindset. You could bother the next nigga. You know what I'm saying?
She's never seen a woman listen.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a chick that
I don't know what that shit look like.
I'm gonna get a chick that either understands my value or can add to what I already know with shit that I don't know. Like, so like, I'm trying to do this, and she's like, oh, shit, my dad did this, and my brother did that. I'll give you the game. What do you have already? Yeah, I got the, oh, okay, shit, help me, you know.
I knew exactly what you said.
Yeah, so, you know what I'm saying?
Wing, bap.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's how I am with them.
Try to find a bitch, put you on game. I can't imagine what the fuck that would look like. A bitch come in my life and put me on game to what?
It's not happening. Well, it's not.
Oh, nah.
It's not even game. It's sometimes they just.
I understand.
Women will just make a connection.
Yeah.
They'll make that connection for you.
Yeah.
They might not be able to put you onto the game, but I've had women just be that piece that I was missing to connect me, and now I'm prospering in that thing that I was going for. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just had one piece, whether it was the actual resource, it was knowledge on how to get the resource, it was something that they just connected me with, and then I still took it from there. But I never had a girl straight up come in and be like, listen, I'm gonna show you how to get this shit. You know what I'm saying? And teach me something from point A to point Z. I've never had that happen before.
Yeah.
And that's also because that bitch just hasn't crossed your path yet. Because she exists.
That's true. For sure. Absolutely.
Sure.
She definitely exists. Mm-hmm. And she just hasn't crossed my path.
Bitch probably on Shark Tank or something.
Sometimes I like fucking with low frequency bitches though. You know what I'm saying? That shit's fun.
Low frequency hoes. What you mean by low frequency bitches?
Low frequency as in you can't teach them nothing. They know everything. Their IQ is actually low. You know, just based off a couple conversations, you're like, you're not the smartest person.
Bitch,
but you know
impulsive.
But you know what? I do have fun with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna have any intellectual conversations on any level. I won't even attempt. And it's not even like I'm looking for intellectual conversations all the time. It's just like, you know what, let's just talk about fun shit all the time. Let's just eat fun
You like
food.
bubbles, bitch?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So sometimes, you know.
I was saying, like,
sometimes I like playing in them gutters too. You know what I'm saying?
I was saying, I've never you just talk to girls about intellectual shit?
No, rarely.
For real?
Rarely.
See, I be talking to these hoes.
You see,
I do, but
you
rarely,
might.
though.
I find I attract a lot of like spiritual Hispanic women.
I can't.
Like,
But you see, that's where like they'll be talking about that shit, and I just won't care. You know what I mean?
I'm at with it. Yeah.
It depends.
It depends. Maybe like you said, I haven't found that one that makes me go, I kind of care.
Because they're supposed to know about that shit. They supposed to understand the stars and all the astrology.
Yeah, they are.
It's like-
But that's just my thing with it. I don't have the patience for it. I'd rather have a conversation. I don't know, man. And that just kind of goes back to religion as well, too. You know what I'm saying? Like when you tell an old head, your problems and they say pray on it. That shit that pisses me off, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't need you to tell me to pray on it. I need you to give me plans on how to get the fuck out this mud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so that's why talking to like the spirituals and the hippie chicks kind of frustrates me sometimes because I like concrete plans. That gets me excited. Not as much of how you feeling and what the stars might have said. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
There's diminishing returns. She can't be all that.
Yeah.
But she's got like a nice touch with that.
I don't mind a little
On top
razzle
of the
dazzle of
other
it.
shit,
I don't mind a little razzle dazzle.
Like if I walk in your room and you just playing with a bunch of pebbles, I'm like, this bitch collect rocks.
right.
Yeah,
I call them rock niggas.
I call
Rocks.
pebbles.
I call them rock niggas.
Goddamn witches.
Bitch play with pebbles.
Yeah, essentially, So
Literally witches.
that's the only thing. Yeah, that shit'll piss that's kind of one of the things that like turned me off of religion. It's mysticism, they might call it. You know, it's just like you talk to an old head. That used to piss me off so much when an old head would just say, just pray about it. Boy, that's the quickest way.
Nigga, just say you don't know.
That's it.
all you had to
Just
do.
keep it
Just
real
say,
with
I
me,
don't
bro.
know.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like that shit, dog. That
Religious
irritates the
motherfuckers.
fuck out of me.
Old religious white bitches. This is what. Remember, I was telling you about the old white MILF. She be coming through the line and shit. She's trying to mac on it. She's religious, and I knew that, but she's very religious.
She's more religious than you.
She's religious to the point where I'm never getting in those
She's
draws.
giving God
Like, I don't
for
even
his
think
own-
her
for his own
husband
money.
has seen her pussy.
She might be trying to convert you to Judaism.
That's what I'm saying. I gotta
Yeah, probably.
read the Quran before I even.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, that's too much. And I'm cool with it. And that's the thing. I'm not super religious, but I want whoever I end up having kids with. Yeah, I want. If you want to take our kids to church every Sunday, I'll go with you. I have no problem. Even though I'm not super religious, I think it is kind of nice that kids to go to church on Sundays. Get a little Sunday school in your life. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't fucking with none of that shit.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I
Unless-
wouldn't be opposed of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's some people that are like,
And you see, I would be opposed of it.
I
Okay.
would
I'll be
be
opposed
a
of it.
little opposed. It just depends. Like I would tell them like, hey nigga, if you don't really believe in this shit, you don't
that's
gotta,
true,
like,
that's true,
force
that's
it.
true.
Yeah.
But
I would definitely have that
if
convo.
you go into like summer camp at a church, like that's like that's a point in a boy's life or in the adolescent's life that means something. That's when a lot of niggas get their first pussy or their first finger popping.
That's something like.
So I first finger popped a bitch. I was at church camp.
Yeah, one of the first times I got this is like the second girl I think I ever had sex with. It was a chick that I was in teen Sunday service with. And then after church, I rode my fucking moped to her house to get some pussy off of Western Boulevard.
So let me hop on this bike.
Shout out Western Boulevard,
Shout out
nigga.
Western Boulevard. I met some of the worst people in my life at church too.
Jesus.
Word.
Terrible people.
Yeah.
Terrible people.
It makes sense.
I'd rather be a
Yeah.
shitty person. I'd rather tell you I'm a shitty person than not.
Are
go to
they
church.
terrible or
They're
are
not
they
ch-
churchgoers and it makes them look even worse because they're
That
fucking terrible, kind of bad?
that we're the same. You just act like you're better than me because you go to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit at all.
Yeah.
That I don't like.
Put on a nice suit, some nice shoes.
Yeah,
you're not cheating on your wife.
Yeah,
nigga.
we do the same
Yeah.
thing. What, bruh, me and you have been doing the same thing every day these last 7 days. How dare you look down on me because you go to church every Sunday? You know what I'm saying?
Well, if he's repenting, then he's better than y'all.
See, that's that shit.
If he goes and
that shit I don't
repents
like.
Every Sunday.
It's like, yo, we all dirty, but you wash your clothes
And
on
Saturday
Sunday.
night
Like,
service,
I
nigga.
wash my
we were
clothes
talking
Sunday.
about we were
Yeah.
talking about Catholics because Jeff is Catholic, and that's one of the things that was crazy because it's like, you know, with the Catholic religion,
Catholicism.
you could do whatever you want as long as you confess.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
why
like-
all the Mexican dudes cheat on their wives.
Yeah, and it'd be the biggest gangsters. You done just leveled an entire block, killed every drug dealer on the block. Go to church and confess. Now you good?
God blessing
come on.
all the trap niggas.
Yeah, come
Or,
on,
you
man.
know, with Saint Maria and shit, it's like they just pray to an altar.
Yeah,
Pray
yeah.
to
Oh,
the
yeah, something like that.
ancestors and
Yeah.
A shrine.
Yeah.
But one of the last things I want to talk about before we get out of here, because we are rounding on 3 hours. Do y'all believe that this is going back to Akademiks and Sharp? Do y'all think that there are actually? What do you think? Is there a super successful pimp? Is what I'm trying to ask.
They're a super successful pimp.
Like, what is super successful in pimp world? Like,
Well, okay.
how much money do you think we're really talking about?
This is a great question because are you talking about active pimps or are you talking about the longevity? Like how there's NBA players who played and now they're Delonte West. Or there's NBA players that's like Bill Russell and this nigga just lived forever and he was just successful after. Like you talking about the longevity
That's
or the
what I'm talking
actual
about.
occurrence?
Yeah,
I
I'm talking
think the
about how
best
many more Westes are there than Russells?
I think the good examples of that would be like Bishop 𝙼𝙾𝚃,
Okay.
Pimp and Ken. It's a few of them out there. It's one of those, when you playing a game like that, like selling drugs, selling pussy, you can only play it for so long.
Right.
Because it's so fast.
Right.
So it's all about how you age outside of that shit. Like Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. But when it comes to retirement, he might be one of the worst retirees of all time. Nigga.
Right.
Because of course he got successful businesses and shit, but Charlotte Hornets ain't shit.
Yeah.
His eyes look like he has jaundice. Like his health doesn't
he
seem to be
looks bad.
deteriorating.
Yeah, he
Looks bad.
Kobe is a nigga that transitioned to that afterlife very well. He became a girl dad. He coaching games.
Right,
He doing
right.
all that. You get what I'm saying? I don't think what Sharp is doing is necessarily bad. I think he's kind of on track to try to be like a 𝙼𝙾𝚃.
Okay.
Like a nigga who was in the game,
So 𝙼𝙾𝚃
but he
is
retired
is the
gracefully.
good example, pretty much.
𝙼𝙾𝚃 is probably the mecca of pimping.
The Mecca.
𝙼𝙾𝚃,
I don't know a pimp.
So that means
you gotta
that-
be a hater to be a pimp and not be aware or fond of Bishop 𝙼𝙾𝚃.
So that means majority of them are Delonte West, right?
Yeah.
After.
Even with the drug game, like how many
Yeah.
of the niggas turn into like
True.
legal
You feel me?
businessmen?
It's literally like the drug game. Like majority probably fall off. It's probably a lot in the middle.
Yeah.
It's probably a lot stuck at two hoes. You know what I mean? There's some niggas that's been serving zips for years.
Then you
That's
got that
just what it
cream of the
is. You know what
crop.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but successful pimp, of course. I think pussy is easier to sell than like most drugs. You feel me?
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
We should do a social experiment.
I think
Yeah.
dudes are like hornier and crazier than ever. A lot of dudes are buying pussy. There's sex arcades, which we going to. We got to pick that fucking documentary back up. But there's sex arcades. You put in a quarter, boop. Nigga, watch what any porn you want. It's on a big screen. You just press a button and it
Oh,
plays.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, but theaters, they call them, or
Yeah.
arcades.
Well,
Jerk-off
theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord Jesus.
Yeah, you gonna set
This
this
nigga
whole
took the long
motherfucker
way.
on fire.
So old.
That nigga
So, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
but
all-
what was the question again?
That's pretty much
feel
what I
like
was
I
thinking.
was gonna say.
Is there even is there even like a really successful pimp? Like,
Yeah, you
I
can
forgot
bow
about
out
Don
gracefully.
Juan for a
You
second.
can definitely bow out gracefully. You
But
just gotta find
most of them are
something else.
bums.
But
though.
you have to bow out gracefully. You know what I mean? You have to stick the landing. It's all about sticking the landing.
And you gotta maneuver to something that's transferable. You gotta be able to go from this to that
To go
and
from-
have
to
that
managing-
help you get better
to
at
just
doing
running
this.
strip clubs all of a sudden.
You get what
Something
I'm
like
saying?
that, yeah.
like a brothel, or even what Sharp is doing. Like he went from talking slick to bitches to talking slick to microphones. Like that's not
Right.
that's a pretty simple transition to make. Like I can see how
He be saying the dumbest shit.
The only thing, he should have been wrote a book. He should have been had a book ready.
he doesn't have yet. Because I see a book from that nigga coming. Because you could just tell when the nigga is like he's thinking about
He's
his
gearing
book.
up. He's
I think
gearing
my
up.
favorite P, like intellectually wise, was Sinful the P.
Yeah, I've heard you speak on that nigga
Yeah,
before.
for
Yeah.
sure. Like
Yeah.
majority of the time when he's speaking about something, I'll be like, okay, this makes sense. But a lot of the times when I listen to some other P's and stuff, I just be like, at a certain point, I'll be like, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about?
Like you're just doing it.
Yeah, you're just
doing this.
Now you're just rhyming words. You're just
Yeah.
saying shit. There's real no context to this.
Mm-hmm.
But like Sinful to P, I feel like had a better balance of just like he was giving that ism, but it was also like at least it sounded like he can have a conversation with somebody because there was more thought put into
He's
it.
being for real.
Yeah, there's more thought put into it than bitch do what I say.
You
know
see,
what I'm saying?
like when a pimp goes off on a streak like that, it's almost like the Holy Ghost. Like when you're looking at an old grandma, it's like you don't call her crazy. It's like, oh, she's doing too much.
Right.
You just say she's catching the Holy Ghost. That's what it is.
Right,
In the house of God.
Yeah, right.
So it's like when a nigga talking this shit, you know, it's just
Just let him go.
Hey, nigga, just let it go.
Yeah,
he caught the Holy
I
Ghost.
have a limit. I have a limit to how much Holy Ghost I could take.
It's got to be good shit.
And it's
gotta
a
be
certain.
It's got to be great content. You
Yeah.
can't just be spewing some bullshit. Like, who are you possessed by?
Yeah,
Kelpie, nigga?
Yeah,
Right,
Kelpie the
right,
pimp.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you getting possessed by the wrong spirit, nigga. Let it go.
Yeah.
'Cause you sound crazy right now, and you think you flowing. You know?
Get some sage, get that spirit out there.
See,
Yeah.
I fuck with a nigga like �10
I fuck with
�10 has wrote a couple different novels.
Yeah,
He's on 50 million different records talking slick shit.
yeah,
�10 is the archetype to like what No Jumper is to you.
okay,
Like �10 is the archetype to all pimps.
got you.
Like he's showing niggas like, no, like nigga, you could do some album cuts, you can do some fucking ads, you can write some books, nigga. It's like it's so many different avenues outside of pimping.
What a crazy
It's a crazy fucking
what a
life.
crazy industry. Yeah, just a career, just a choice that you can, just a lifestyle that can't be spoken about,
It's one of
but so prevalent
it's,
and part of
It's a secret.
part of the human race. It's not even cultural. It's just part of the human race.
I did that shit by technicality once, and it's nothing like it.
Okay, I
It's
see what you're saying.
nothing like it.
Yeah,
Like so that's why when I see a pimp really talking to shit, it's just like you gotta let him. It's nothing
you
like
gotta
it.
go.
It's nothing like it.
Yeah,
I'm talking like you recalling your first crack.
I'm about to say, nigga, I'm
experience,
still
nigga.
thinking. It's like it's nothing like it.
yeah,
You have women fucking men to bring you the money.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Women showing their body and bringing you the currency.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful thing.
yeah. It's a savage world, man.
Hey, as long as it's pussy on this planet, there's gonna be somebody selling. Whether that hoe need a manager or not, it's up to her.
Or counselor, therapist.
3
Little
hours and 10
guidance.
minutes.
3 hours.
We
and
had
10
3 hours and 10 minutes. That was a beautiful 3 hours and 10 minutes.
That was easy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, niggas talk shit.
You know, the nigga deuce.
We got through
He
this.
ain't hold his follow through. He don't got
Yeah.
the jumping no more, so we had to come and
Yeah, we here.
politic on it.
Yeah, we're here to talk about it, you know, and we never did do an intro, so we'll do it now, and I'll stitch it to the front.
All right, bet.
So, but yeah, we'll close this video out now, though. So make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, everything. The 3 Podcast and LOY, the show. Let them know where they can find you individually.
You can find us here on this channel, probably.
Yeah, that's a whole fact. You know?
Menace material,
Menace
LOY the
material,
show.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Yeah,
You in the right
Menace-
place if you
You're,
want to find
you're
that
already in
shit.
the right place. You hit the subscribe button, you're getting everything.
We might be under this video.
You see this
Yeah, right,
badge,
literally,
We
nigga.
might be in the recommended.
Hey,
That's us right there.
The
Right
3
there.
Podcast comes out every Monday at 6 p.m. LOY the show drops every Wednesday at 6 p.m. 6 a.m. and p.m. So, and then we're giving y'all a bonus episode right now. So,
and we also have a radio show Tuesdays at
that's
7.
right.
You know what I mean?
TDS Radio.
TDS Radio, shout out to them.